Hello. I'm
We
fine.
do also have Bones. Don't forget Bones. He is here. Oh. Right, do it again.
All right, I'm muted. Could you hear the other guys though?
Could you hear me? You should be able to hear me.
Yeah, I think they could hear you.
Oh, good. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's have another go.
Take two. Take two.
All right. Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Stop modding your Ezra for a few hours because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and 3 scoundrels draw. On this episode, we have Womprat, myself, and our special guest Sopper, and also Bones. But for those watching, you can see he's temporarily occupied, let's say. How are you, Sopper?
I'm fine.
We should just say Bones has come off a 24-hour stream. He had every intention to come on the podcast for the 2 or 3 hours that we are, but he was wrecked. So yeah, it's just myself and Sopper today. So yeah. Okay. How are you, Womprat? Before we get into the intros for Sopper.
I am knackered. I may have drank too much last night. Very self-inflicted injury.
Yeah. Okay.
But honestly, yeah, it's been really good. Been really good the last couple of days. And honestly, it's nice to just be here, especially with all the news that's gone on.
Yeah.
And it's like the actual news is something that shows they actually do listen.
Yep, I agree.
And I'm going to still say the same. We need to still give the same feedback that we've been given. We still need to voice what's been happening. But in theory, if they keep this up, it's just a good thing.
We will get to the news, obviously, throughout the episode. Sopper, let's get to know you a little bit. So, like with all of our guests, we ask everybody to do a 3x3, which we'll get to, because we have got one for you. What GP are you? What GAC bracket are you in? What guild are you in? How long you been playing? Yeah, give us a bit of info on you.
Okay. I am sopper88. You may know me because I'm everywhere. But my GP is 6.92 mil. So because of light speed bloat, I'm almost at 7 mil.
Yep.
Which is great. I'm in Chromium 4 because I have a massive skill issue, and everyone's got 10 mil GP accounts. And I'm in the guild Anakin's Walker 325, which we sometimes do TB correctly and don't mess up at all.
Shots fired.
Yep.
Oh shit. What's your favorite game mode? That's one thing I always find interesting. There's always people either like GAC or they absolutely hate it, right? Where do you sit on that on that?
I have no idea. I mean, I got my first gold crate and I actually enjoyed playing Conquest.
Yep.
Because I actually did it, which has been great fun. Especially when I just go in with my Lord Vader and one-shot everything. Yep. So,
Have you got Reaver?
I mean, I guess... No, I don't have Reaver.
Okay. She's the next cheat code for you. You take in Reaver with what couple of Amphagny and what's the VA one? Volatile Accelerator, and they literally the 6 stacks of Purge, it just kills them. Like they don't even take a turn. Yeah, it's good shit.
Yeah. It is a very nice little cheat code for you. Yeah. When you get Reaver, it is just beautiful.
Yeah. Obviously a bit of work. What GP is your guild at? If you're about 6 million.
I'm what is it? I don't know. 360 million.
Okay.
So like, and we're still doing GOTB because like half the guild doesn't have what.
Right.
And I've still got 2 more TBs, including this one for what. So I'm very close to being done.
Are people spending currency on him to try and get him quicker? Or are you just doing Darkside Geo?
We're just doing Darkside Geo.
Okay.
The 1 TB we don't mess up.
Okay.
And also, I've been playing, technically, if you count that other account that I keep forgetting to play on, technically since 2018, I think.
Okay.
But that account's so behind, it's like... Because basically, I had an original account on a tablet, and because I was a dumb kid, I accidentally overwrit that account. So the remnant of that account is that account with my actual username on it instead of this one, which has like the mini.
Okay.
So like, but technically I've been playing properly since 2021. I also had a break at some point as well.
Okay.
And came back in 2023.
So why'd you have a break?
I don't know what I just got like at that time I think GCSEs. You might not know what that is, but in the UK there's these exams, and I think I
Okay.
just took like a break during that time.
Okay. Yeah,
Can't say anything.
I'm guessing it's like the school exams sort of thing. Is that what you're talking about? Like-
yes, before
Yeah.
college.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. We call them. Well, they've just changed. Well, they've changed it since I left school again, but we have a similar thing. Yeah, goes towards your like shit. I can't even think of what it's called now, but it's like OP was what it was called back when I was at school. So I do like similar thing. Yeah, but that's pretty reasonable excuse for giving up the game for a bit. I'll allow it. You got any questions for him, Womp?
So my favorite question that I want to always ask is, how much do you really hate Conquest, or do you actually enjoy it sometimes?
I mean, now that I actually played it, I found it way easier than it was before. Because before I literally got to the 3rd crate and then just stopped playing on it. I didn't even Datacron farm, and now I'm actually doing it. It's kind of like fills the void when there's nothing to do in the game.
I just hate the
'Cause I
first
want to
week
use all
though.
my characters.
The first week, the Hell Week, is just shit. Like,
Yeah.
TB, Conquest, it's just all. It's just very time consuming, and like I have literally forgotten to deploy in the first phase of TB because I just didn't even realize it was on. Which as the guild leader and like a 13 million account, it kind of does a bit of damage to that TB. So yeah.
You would not be a popular person then.
Oh, I mean, I think I probably get a bit of leeway because I'm the leader, but I definitely shouldn't because it's not really it's not acceptable, obviously. So yeah, but yeah.
The thing that I found with people is when there's a character they want or they really like or they really want to get, they will enjoy TB more because they're getting to do it for a reason that they enjoy. When it's a character you're not invested in, it's like me. So I can guess that Sopper does want Darkside Ray, which is why the effort's been put in, which is why he's enjoying it. But it's one of those. It's one of those where people forget that if you actually enjoy it, you are going to play more. So yeah.
True. I've just got into a routine now, like try and smash out those first few days, get it up to Sector 4. I think I'm 99% sure it was you who suggested to do that, and the Datacrons have gotten pretty good since then, and then that last sort of week is just to finish off the feats and that. So this one was actually really easy feat wise, I felt. So
This is the main thing that I do say about Conquest. It's if you want to be at the top edge of it, that is fine, but you do need to invest in datacrons to stay up there.
Yeah.
So you see all these much larger accounts race into red crate. They get to red crate, which is fine. For accounts that I do Conquest for, I race them to red crate and then I farm every day. But I'm using the 100 refreshes and the 200 refreshes on those accounts.
Okay.
If you're a smaller account that doesn't want to use ridiculous amounts of refreshes, what you do instead is you go day 1, get to the end of sector 1, get as far as you can. Day 2, it's farm datacrons on the new ones, or it's move on to sector 4, and it's then head to sector 4, forget about progressing, try and fill in your feats, and tell TW lock-in. Once TW lock-in's done, you've now got 5 days to go and do feats.
Yep.
And 1 sector. And you'll usually find you've done sector 4, you've dropped back to sector 1 because you've run out of credits, or sector 2 because you've run out of credits. And oh look, you're completing on those nodes all of the goddamn feats. So you end up pretty damn close to red box without ever trying.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've now got 5 days where I put a bit of effort in and I'm done. But if you've got the crystals to just blow it and go, fuck it, I can do this, do it. It does mean that you can just walk in for like 10 days and go, sod it. I'm just going to sim every day. And yeah, it makes it easy.
Yeah.
But it all depends where you are, how much of an account you've got, if you're willing to do it or not. Conquest is one of those modes where you've just got to make that choice.
Yeah.
Right, back to SOP. So you're 3v3. Well, you're 3x3.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I know why the first one's there, but come on.
Meh.
Really? Lord Failure?
All right. Well, let's list them out for the people who are on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever. So we've got Lord Vader, the old school Rex, Finalizer, Marauder, General Skywalker, Chief Chirper, Hunter, SLKR, and Arc Trooper. Seeing a lot of clone-related stuff there. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's start off. Lord Vader.
Well, Lord Vader was probably originally not even in my radar, but I went for him because he looked cool. I particularly liked his lighting, which is a weird thing to point out, but he's just been so fun to use. Like, probably one of my favorite GLs to use because, like, you can just go into Conquest and everything dies. That's he's just so fun to use.
Yeah. He is my favorite GL, so I'm not going to give you any shit for it. Actually, Ahsoka might. Yeah, Ahsoka might. I like Ahsoka as a character, so. But Lord Vader, I like Lord Vader in the movies and that sort of stuff. I think, yeah, underrated GL for sure. All right, you gonna hang shit on him, Womp, or not?
So my only thing is his lifter never actually goes with him because his lifter's with a better squad.
Which
then
lifters?
They produce another character. Yeah. Then they make another character that's another lifter for him that no longer goes with his squad because he's better elsewhere. It's one of those where I joke that Lord Vader is the failed lifter unit because any lifters made for him end up elsewhere.
Yeah.
So it's more, I think he is potentially a very well done kit. He can do some incredible things, but I think it's a very well done kit that is just too well done to actually have lifters. It's a weird
Okay.
thing to think about. But what if his kit is just that well written that his lifters, even you specify it's basically for him, his lifters are just going to be so much better elsewhere. So, yeah,
Well,
one of those.
for a while there, I was actually on the Lord Vader and Bane as a team train.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
obviously we've found out the Bane's just pretty fucking good by himself, like, you know, as a leader himself. So that idea went out the window pretty quick, but I was really looking forward to that as like a dream team. It just would wipe everything, but yeah, such is life.
The main one for me is there's been so many different comps used for him over the years that he's been in the game. He's not even been in the game, what, more than 4 or 5 years now? And holy shit, it's just like everything they've brought out for him is still good, but it's like they brought out Maul, and it was like Maul is so much better with Mandalorians than he would ever be with Vader. And it's just like, God damn it, CG, learn to make kits that don't end up elsewhere.
Yeah. And then Malachos was the next one. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Yeah. Probably the only one who.
It is definitely a bad joke.
Yeah. Probably the only one who seems to have really stuck with him is Thrawn, really. Like, that's the only one that doesn't really get stolen to another team at the moment. Royal Guard.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're kind of the three that end up together. Yeah.
Yep. It's literally what is left. This, right? Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
But at the end of the day, near enough every GAC I use him.
Yeah.
On the big account, I use him in every GAC. So I don't say he is a bad unit. I would never say he's a bad unit because he's freaking good. It's just his kit is a bit weird. So it reads like it should be shit.
All right. Next one is Rex. Old school Rex.
Yeah. So this was actually my first relic ever on my account. Then I never worked on clones again for some reason. I don't know why. But clones are just my favorite character in Star Wars. So like, one of my favorites. So like, yeah, it's just my first relic.
Okay.
Been really awesome over the years.
So what did you use a lone relic Rex with when you first got him?
Well, I used him with under Shaq T.
Okay.
With the other bunch of clones.
Oh, just
like
not relic. Yeah, okay. I get you. Fair enough. I was like, what are you, like, were the other clones, like, non-existent and you just, I don't know, put him with, like, I don't know,
because
some Galactic Republic team?
It was a weird point in my account.
Were you just having a Bones moment?
Well, I'm just like, what can a lone Rex do? That's what I was trying to think. Yeah. I forgot about Shakti, to be honest. Yeah. Alright. You got anything about him? Yeah, like... Yeah.
Honestly, Rex is probably one of my favorite clones because of the aerial advantage.
Yeah, he's really strong.
Yeah. I like it as a character. I like it as like something you can use in stupid ways and stupid combos. There is nothing bad you can ever say about him because yeah, it's an old kit, but fucking hell, it's a good kit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Actually, the Gas Clones team, even though it's such an old team, it still seems to be quite decent. Like, it hasn't dropped off. Like, there are a lot better teams, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, some teams just seem to stick around like a bad smell. And that is definitely one of them that hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, over time, we've had better counters come out to it and everything else. So you don't see it on defense as much now. But for offense-wise, it's pretty damn dirty.
All right. Finalizer.
So finalizer is there because before I quit, I was going for Kylo Ren, and this was telling me my first big fleet. Because when the time I got this, I don't think the Executor was even out yet. I think. So like, this was my first big fleet to propel me into Fleet Arena, and it did. Until I then quit, but you know. And also, I have bad memories of farming Kylo's shuttle for 6 months. The worst farm. The shuttle took almost as long as the Lord Vader farm, which is ridiculous.
So Executor was first seen August 12th, 2021. So I guess it depends on when you left.
Actually, wait a minute. I might have got my times wrong. I think Executor was out, but it was before Profundity. And Executor was very rare.
Okay,
I think that's what it was.
So Finalizer was February 28, 2020. So there is a year there where Finalizer exists, but no Executor. So
I think there was no... Or I didn't know about the Executor because it was so new. I think that's what it was.
Okay, possibly.
You're one of those that doesn't read forums. That's fine.
Well, I mean, back then I only watched Scribe, so like...
I get it. Like,
he's a pretty reliable source of info, though.
Yeah. I think when we all first started, a lot of the time it is literally we watch YouTubers. You don't need to go on the forums because the YouTuber's telling you what you need to know. And it's like, as you grow in the game, you end up going, I want a bit more info. And as you start growing and growing, you start asking for more. And it gets to the point where it's like, and even you can't provide me enough. Where are these forums? And you eventually reach that stage where it's just like, yep, I'm on the forums. I don't want to be on the forums, but I'm on the forums.
And then like me, you go the opposite way. Where you're like, yeah, I've got too much information, and I'll just stick with figuring it out myself or like our close little group. Because sometimes a forum, like especially when something positive gets dropped, I find a lot of the comments are like, when are we getting our, compensation or what, when's this being fixed? And it's just like, look, mate, we're fucking talking about this good thing. Just shut up and let's just talk about that, not some bug that, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
That seems to be a trigger point, apparently.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking a lot about shit later like that. And it is a case of we need to start looking at the positives a lot better, because even on the post that's dropped this week, there was a lot of negative comments. And it's just like, there is no need.
Yeah. And it's just,
there is no need.
I just get sick of seeing it all personally, but yeah, it is what it is.
Right. Marauder. Before we ask for your reason for Marauder, number one, congratulations, it is my favourite ship. So there you go. You've got one good thing.
Wow. So Marauder is the one ship that's kept me from dropping to Bronzium. It's single-handedly the most powerful ship in my account. Like Executor, you think it's gonna climb you all the way to Rhodium, like people say, no, it's this ship. This ship has kept me from dropping. Like every single GAC, the only thing I ever see dropped is my Negotiator. The only thing that's ever dropped.
Right.
So basically this ship wins or loses me my GAC on defense.
Okay.
So it saved me.
I mean, I can believe it. It's not a very comfortable fleet to go against, so I could definitely see it.
Yeah. It's definitely a fleet that you have to be wary of. You can't just go, I'm just going to throw this in and hope that it works, because it's like, we've seen when I do that, and it's like, and it went wrong. What did I expect?
And Bones Buddy's still beating it with Malevolence, which I didn't even realise was sort of possible. Well, I mean, it's definitely possible, but yeah. I was just using bloody
well,
Executor.
It is also Bones.
Yeah, true.
So he has these magical powers to pull
Yeah.
off things that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, true.
So, right.
All right, next one.
Next is Ghast.
Yes. Gas is just probably my favorite character in Galaxy of Heroes. He's just like, also the fact that I love clones, I just like Gas. If there's a thing I'm struggling to kill with, Gas go kill, basically. He's just my favorite character. I think he's still one of the best non-GL characters in the game, in my opinion. I think he is. So like, yeah.
Honestly, I think he hasn't gone down in power over the years. He's still really freaking strong. Yes, as an event, is still an absolute bitch. I fucking hated doing it less than 6 months ago I was doing it, and no, thank you. No. I freaking hated that event. But overall, really strong character. Honestly, I could rib you a little bit for him, but there would be no point because at the end of the day, after it all, I'll be having to say, and yeah, he's actually good. So yeah. We'll be nice today, guys. I'm in a nice mood. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah. I think he's a character that's got a lot of versatility now. Like especially you can chuck him like JMK and that sort of stuff. And he'll really, boost those teams as well. So it's not just clones that he has to go with. I think that's definitely helping him out a bit. So yeah. Yep. All right. Chief Chirper is interesting.
Yeah, this is nothing to do with the character itself, but just pay homage to the alliance I've been in ever since I returned to Swogger, which is the Murder Bear Syndicate, which is just like a multi-guild alliance place.
Okay.
So it's basically just representing my guild.
Okay, fair enough.
Place thing.
Yep. All right. Well,
Murder Bear Syndicate. I can accept that.
yeah. Well.
We all love a good murder bear.
Yep. Hunter.
Oh, Hunter. Honestly, ever since going for Lord Vader, this is probably one of the favorite things that's come out of it, because you literally go into the fight with Echo, then you use Tex AoE, and then you use Hunter, and then they're all dead. It's probably the most fun teams out there.
Yep.
And like, also General Grievous doesn't exist no matter who he has on his team, because they will be stunned.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yep. Except for in TW when you have a Omicron on Droidica.
Yeah, that went wrong once. I think last TW. I was like, this will be fine, and then I'm dead because the entire droid team revived.
Well, and not only that, but you can't what is it, daze or stun them or something? Can't remember what it is that the Omicron does, but it stops Bad Batch's, biggest point. So, yeah.
Honestly, it's one of those where it's like it's a really fun idea. So yeah, Hunter's freaking good.
We
stupid, but good.
Yeah, if people aren't aware, Matthias and I, there's a bit of a story. Matthias and I, over the past whatever period of time, donated to Bones, whatever, bought him stuff, that sort of stuff. So he said he owed us some Relic 9s. Jokingly, I said Tech, he said Hunter, and then we had Kate Gaming on last week, and Bones said, Kate's always really good to them. She's been on the Cantina a few times and really nicely came on to ours last week as well. So Bones like, I'll do one for you as well. And she goes, do Echo from Bad Batch. And it was like, shit, now I've got to do like the whole Bad Batch team at Relic 9. It was just, and like Kate was not aware of the conversation with Matthias and I and Bones. It was just pure coincidence that you said Echo. So it's just one of those freak things where Bones now has to do Relic 9 for basically his whole Bad Batch team. Which is a bit of a meme for him as well, because everybody hangs shit on him about it as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. It is going to make his fleet counter a bit harder.
It is. It will.
It is going to do that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Bones needs to learn how to play properly. We've tried to teach him. It's only fair that we get to torture him back.
And honestly, Bones wasn't even aware of that until someone did mention it to him, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I don't really care." So, yeah. Anyway, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren.
Yeah, he was my first galactic legend, like a lot of common people had when I originally played. When I played before I quit.
Yep.
Most people had him as first because you got the finalizer as a ship, so you could go in fleet, and also he's just awesome. Because like today, I think in the Galactic Challenge happened today, I did a 712,000 critical hit. So like he's just awesome. The
Yep.
amount of ramping you can do with him.
Yeah, he does pretty good damage. Yep. Did
And
you
he's
ever?
just- I don't know what it is.
Did you ever do heroic Sith raid with him?
Yes, at the end of its lifetime though, because I finished him off when I came back due to the light speed bundles, because I was like 80% done with this farm, and I just finished it off right now.
Yep.
So like I was at the end of the lifetime before they did.
Like
Actually no,
crate
wait.
raid.
It was the end of its lifetime because Crate released. Crate was released in that time, but it was like I was still in
Yeah.
the baby guild at that point in the alliance, so like we were still doing Sith raid. So
Okay.
it's basically just like
Yeah.
How have I used him at like relic? I don't know what relic it was, like 2 or it was gear 12. I can't remember.
The
So I really only got to use him.
he can beat all the GLs except for JMK. In some
And that will change soon.
that will probably change, yeah. With Darkside Ray, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in some form or another, he can beat all the other GLs. So he is like, well, not the undisputed champion, but he's definitely the one of the best GLs. And considering he was one of the first, well, him and Ray were the first ones out, it's quite amazing that he still is that good, and definitely worth anybody going for. Like, it's, yeah, really fun to play with as well. Pretty simple kit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Like I said in the past about his kit, it's one of the first GLs where the kits were super broad. It was all mentioning dark side, or it was all mentioning light side. We are never going to get that type of GL again, because you look at how good Ray is and Slacker is in general, and you sit there and it's like, now, oh look, people are putting Hermit Ezra with Ray. People are putting Baby Cal with Ray. There is so many stupid things that we can do. New characters come out, and one of the first things you do is you go, oh, it's light side, oh, it's dark side. Let's try it with XGL.
Yeah.
Is it actually really a booster for that GL?
Yeah.
Because them just saying dark side and light side, either of them is potentially, if CG make a mistake in the kit, going to get a huge booster off absolutely anything. So, yeah.
That's true.
But we're never going to see it again. We're never going to see as broad of a kit as those.
Yeah.
Which is why I like them.
All right, last one on the list, Arc Trooper.
Arc Trooper, most people say they don't want to do Lord Vader because they've got all these high relics. Oh, I don't rank his character. But Arc Trooper, I've said it's been the most worth it out of all of them. Because the amount of damage he puts out, I think is good, even though it may look small. Also, his
Okay.
turret is just destroying things for me.
Fair enough.
And also, he's there also to represent the clones because, like I said, I love clones. So like, yeah, he's a clone.
So you're a clone sympathizer, then, is what I'm taking from this.
Yes. I actually just recently finished another rewatch of Clone Wars.
Okay.
So, you know,
So you do like him.
yeah.
Fair enough. I've
Ozzy
got
Mike,
nothing.
the bot is bugged.
What bot?
You put it. It's making the make VIH cheaper the new value, so that needs fixing.
Have I?
Yeah, it's bugged out at the moment.
All right.
We'll sort it. We'll sort
Yeah.
it later. Don't worry about it for this one. I just
Um,
noticed it because I was going to go burn some pine cones for Bones.
okay.
See if it wakes him up at all. One sec. Let's just burn. Anything you want to comment on Bones? No? No? Okay. No, Bones doesn't want to comment on anything, any guys. He's still asleep. Still snoring his little head off.
Yeah.
We'll remute him.
We'll get
don't
some
worry.
comments from him later. Arc Trooper, I haven't really got much on. Like, he's just one of those characters in the team. He does do pretty good damage. I will admit that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Art Trooper, as a fifth, I like. He does decent damage, which I like. The stupidity of, like, do you want to take Ahsoka at the moment in there? You kind of get screwed over by it a bit. So it's like, no, I just want to keep it as is. So yeah, really, really nice. Really nice. Now, that is your 3v3. Well, 3x3.
Yep.
Is there any honourable mentions that should be there? We should start asking this.
That's
Oh,
true.
Is there any that wouldn't make the cut that could have been there if there was one more spot?
Maybe Nihilus probably because he's just like, but they come in like a pair though, like Nihilus, Trainer, and Savage, because they're just like they come in a pair, but like I don't really find much use out of them when they're not together. So like,
Okay.
they would only
Yeah.
come in a pair.
I think from now on, it's something we need to ask guests, but we don't let them prepare it. So they have to just come up. If they do say it's a multi-character thing, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
And maybe Silencer and Houndstooth because they're both awesome as well. But they don't really have like some of these have like sentimental value to them. They just don't really for me have that. They're just like, oh, I can taunt forever and live forever, and one of them's, oh, I can one-shot you. So like,
I love the silencer for that. Just that random moment of please fucking crit. And then it crits and the whole thing just disintegrates and you sit there and laugh.
Yeah. All right.
Even near full health. Right. News.
News.
Where are we going to start? Because there's some good stuff, there's some ugly stuff, and there's definitely some really nice stuff.
I think we should probably start with the Lightspeed bundles and the Rush packs.
oh no.
Right. So we're starting with the great and the ugly as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, they sort of work together, right? Like, some people will call them Lightspeed bundles, some are calling them GL Rush packs. I think technically they're called the Rush packs, but yeah.
Yeah. So my view on this is those Rush packs, they need to never do them again. There is a little bit of thinking behind this that is more for everybody else. Lightspeed packs are a completely different topic. Those rush packs, for guys like Ozzy Mike or people that spend, you spent, what, less than 3 months back? About 200, 250 US dollars to have them at 7-star. 2-3 months back. And now you could have just waited 2-3 months, spent $60 and had them at Relic 1, and oh look, I've got the Relic materials, let's just put them to Relic 7. I think those are potentially worse for the game than any Lightspeed bundle could ever be. Because that is potentially making whales think twice about actually spending. We don't want whales to think twice. Remember, the guys that like me, I spend about $100, $150 a month. Guys like others that I know spend $20 a month. There's people that spend nothing. Those that spend absolutely nothing get nothing for free, and okay, fair enough, it's annoying. But whales thinking twice about spending are the guys that keep this game running for us. So, honestly, my first thoughts on them were they need to never happen again. Or it be stuff like a rush pack gears, 50 shards, and a load of gear that will get you to level 12. That sort of pack, yeah, that's fine. But that, no. So, yeah, one of those. Honestly, those rush packs made me feel bad, especially $60.
I'm sort of unsure how I feel about it because I feel like it's hard. It's a very fine line, right? I have no problem with people catching up. But I feel like while we're still in that chase, that's a bit too soon. Like, I'm happy for a year down the track when they go accelerated, on their nodes or whatever, that packs can come out then. No problems with that. But I think within that first year, you sort of have to give the whales and the krakens and all that sort of stuff. They've got the reason because they want to get the character right. You don't need to give them another reason. But this is giving them a reason to doubt their investments are worth as much as they feel they're worth.
At least give it like 6 to 9 months where the whales get what the whales get.
I still feel that's still too soon. Like, I think I would feel comfortable at a year when they go accelerated, because that's sort of the point where it's like, okay, people will. There's that whole stigma around I'm not going to farm until they're double drops, basically. And then that would be a point where I'd feel happy or accepting that they could then, shortcut all the Kairos and all that sort of stuff to get to Relic 7s and whatnot. But I feel like it has to be a year. We haven't even got GL Ahsoka yet. So, yeah.
My major thing, though, is Enoch came out third. Death Trooper came out first. Night Trooper came out first. Death Trooper came out second, and they've gone, here's first and third. That was my biggest point, that why wasn't it just the first two requirements? Why did they skip Death Trooper? But, yeah. Weird thing. Did not like it. Thought that was very, very badly done. Then...
Okay. I'm trying to find, maybe it's because of the nodes they're on?
I honestly think the reasoning for it is probably sales related. A lot of people would have probably gone with Night Trooper and gone, well, I don't need to heavily invest. I've got long enough and it will be free to play farmable.
Yeah, possibly.
But at the same time, Enoch, the kit wasn't, when it came out, very, It was like, it looked underwhelming. And I don't think they would have got great sales from that, because of, you looked at the people that did the testing, there was not good reports from it. The testing did not have great reward. It didn't have great feedback. Enoch's actual team was pretty meh, which we don't want. And honestly, yeah, I think the reason those came out when they did was money. That they might have noticed that a lot of the community are quite close, but they're not close enough, and see if they could just farm a little bit more. I think at least 9 months, preferably towards a year, would have been a better thing to do. And if that had been the case, I think they would have actually sold more. If this was a year down the line and those packs had come out, people that were incredibly close to layer and gone, oh, well, I haven't got round to farming them yet. Or even if they dropped these a week before they went to double drop farmable, they would have sold a hell of a lot more.
I mean, we speculate and whatnot. Maybe it is like something as simple as like literally the unlock levels, like how many people unlocked each character. Maybe these two were the lower ones.
Yeah.
You know.
And
yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those we could speculate all day on it, but it's not something that's we can watch it on, because people will say, oh, it's for the assault battle, then why didn't we get Death Trooper? And it's the weird moment of we could look into all the, oh, this many people unlock this many people unlock this, and look at it from that point of view. But we don't know the monetary side. We don't know who spent right away, because you start looking at it now, it's farmable. Like, my account itself is about 10 shards of each away now from 7-star.
Okay.
I'm not far. So it's like, sooner or later, the guys that are like goldfishes, dolphins, any of that lot, we will catch up. It just takes us longer. And seeing those packs as somebody that does spend, they turned my gut. Because it was just like, the guys that are bigger than me, their investment price has just been slashed. So it's like, yeah, don't do that. Just don't do that. Then they dropped some amazing packs, which are light speed. Holy shit, all of them were fucking brilliant. Especially the pack for Princess Bones. I mean, Princess Nisa.
Yeah. I'm really disappointed because I was going to put in a redemption thing that sent a message into the chat and that. So when he said he wasn't coming on, I was like, oh, God. Anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have this keep popping up in chat for him. Yeah. But we'll do it next week. We'll wind him up next week.
So, yeah. I'm really borderline on how I feel about it. Because yeah, I don't know. Would have saved me a lot of money. It definitely would have. But did I know it was coming? No. So, it's hard to. Yeah.
But now it does put that bit of doubt in your mind. Are they going to do it again? Is it worth me investing?
Yeah.
And that's not what you want from your whales. You want all your whales to be going, I need to buy that.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in your whales. I need to spend money. And it's like, when your whales are not thinking, I need to spend money, you know full well you are not making as much money now. So, yeah, my biggest take from that is, don't do that shit again. If you are going to do it down the line far enough that your whales are not going to give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. I think that covers it. From my point of view.
The relics are too low.
Okay. You would have liked them.
I think the relics are too low. And half the price.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they brought it out any lower in price, it would diminish the whale return even further, and that's even higher risk. That is even higher risk. And that's the biggest part here is you want it to not be ridiculously high risk. You need like your whales to be able to have incredibly low risk. Because remember, these are the guys that spend, that keep the game afloat for all of us and everything else. And it's like, yeah, please, please, please let them spend. Don't diminish what they put into the game. Do not do that. Because when you do that, they stop spending, and that's where games go downhill. And I don't think this game will die at all anytime soon. But shit like that will stop as much income coming in, and less income coming in means less expenditure. Less expenditure means less content, and then all of a sudden we have no new content for months on end. And then it's like, well, we're only keeping it alive because people are paying us a tiny bit. So, yeah, it's one of those where it's not a good thing. I just hope that they listen and they stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Now, Lightspeed bundles. I know Sops bought some. I know I bought them all. How do you feel about the Lightspeed bundles, first of all, Mike?
I don't care.
You don't care?
Nah,
Even
not even.
though for $45 we got Jabba.
I don't care.
Yep.
Really don't. Like, I'm happy
No.
for people to catch up.
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
that
they're
price,
great
I think that
mechanic.
price point is a fair amount. Because Jabba's what, 3 years now?
Yeah, something around 3, maybe 2 and a bit.
Let's have a look.
But honestly, the fact that you couldn't just buy one pack and be done, you had to buy the Jawa pack, you had to buy the Tuscan pack, and you had to buy the Hutts pack, Hutt Cartel pack. That was fine for me. Keeping them all separate, okay. I think definitely the Tuscan and Jawa packs have been a little bit of an olive branch to the community, with them putting out the god awful GCs that they did, and now going, look, we'll give you the packs if you really need them. Here you go. If not, yeah. But yeah, honestly, I think that was a bit of an olive branch of, sorry, we might have fucked this up. So yeah, really nice that they did it. Really, really a good thing that they've done. And the other thing is, these packs, loads of people were commenting on it. Loads of people were saying, oh, it's probably a mistake. We got Zetas.
Yeah.
We got 3 Zetas. They were all on level 7s. So if you had like a level 8 that was an Omni, and the level 7 was, here's a Zeta, congratulations, you got a Zeta for free. I'm not going to mind that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Bones is currently fractured. He's fractured, guys. That must be it.
Oh,
Definitely fractured.
yeah. Like, I don't. So Jabba was September 2022, by the way. So we've been 2 years, and a bit. He's a very good GL. Like, you've got the Smuggler's Run 2, which we'll go mention in a little bit because it's also now Simmable. Yeah, I really don't care about people catching up. I think it's a good idea. I've got no problems.
Yeah. Honestly, I think all the Lightspeed bundles were pretty good. I know people whinged about the Princess bundle, which was just Princess, Leia, and Nisa. It was $10. They were both Relic 5. They're both well, Nisa is a shit ton of Cairo. You take Nisa's Cairo alone without the relic material, she would actually be more than that $10. So if you were below Cairo, even if you just got Nisa, it was like, I've just saved more money. Why would I not?
Yeah.
And honestly, I already had Leia higher. So it was like, for my account, it was just like, I'm paying $10 to skip fucking Nisa farming.
So what do
That's fine
you
with me.
use Leia for? Operation?
She was on one of the other light speed bundles. And I think she was at Relic 5 in that. And it's an op that I have a slightly higher for.
Okay.
So it's like, don't care. One of those where it's like, yeah, honestly, not something that's worthwhile having. But it is needed for unlocking Jedi Knight Luke, I think.
Yeah,
Or
CLS.
is that Rolo?
Yes.
But honestly, as a character, it's like, okay, you don't use her, but getting Nisa, I'm happy that I got Nisa.
Yeah.
$10 to get a character straight to Relic 5 that you've probably not got at Relic yet. If you haven't got it at Relic yet, and you, like, mine was Gear 8, it was just like, yep, done. Do not care anymore. All that Cairo saved, the time saved, yeah, I'm doing that. What was the other bundle?
That was the Smugglers one.
Yeah, you've got the Smugglers one. Loads of people were whinging about that as well. Honestly, again, same thing. It's not $20, $30, $40. It was, what, 15, I think, or 20? It wasn't masses. But then you take into the account how much Cairo, how much time, how much investment you would have to do. Let Kira, Veteran Smuggler, and Nest alone were worth it. If you didn't have Dash and didn't have Dash's ship already from other bundles, you also got that.
I don't think Dash's ship was in another bundle. I think this is his first time.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't. I had already pre-farmed it. Damn it. But, yeah, it's one of those. If you hadn't had any of them, the shit farm alone is months on end. I don't see why people complained about this pack at all, because, number one, you got a Zeta on Nest. No, you didn't get the Zeta on Nest. You got the Zetas on Hondo, you got the Zetas on Skiff, you got the Zetas on
There was no Zeta on
Croissant,
Skiff.
and
You already had that Zeta. Most of them. Because my Skiff card doesn't have a Zeta on it.
no, because it's a level 7 on Agent on the inside. I know I didn't have that.
Did I? Hang on. Let me.
But yeah, it's
No,
one
I don't
of
have a
those
Zeta
where
in my Skiff card.
you don't. Oh,
No.
that's strange.
No, he doesn't have a Zeta. It's just Omicron on level 8. There's no Zeta. Some characters have this, where they just have no Zeta beforehand. It's just an Omicron. His Zeta's on
where is
the
his Zeta,
special. On the special. The
Oh.
one where he.
God knows
The
why
one
I
where he
have that.
puts his stick out.
God knows why I have that on the normal account. But yeah, it's like
bonus ton.
They actually did a really good thing, even with the Smugglers pack. They gave characters that are not exactly useless, like Nest with her Zeta can, in theory, clear Geos. We did a bad example of it earlier. But if it works, it works. Nest is a solo monster some of the time. Veteran Smuggler Chewie, congrats. Not Veteran Smuggler, it was Vandor Chewie. You can use that on a Dash team. You can use a Kira on a Dash team. Honestly, that Smuggler pack was pretty good value. If you just take it at Zeta value, that was an insanely valuable pack. Because all of them have at least 100 at the end point. There was at least 5 or 6 of them in there. And the ship on top of that, it's like, yeah, that is really good value pack. The last pack, now we need Bones' reaction to this one. The last pack was Afro. Bones, what's your reaction?
That's my reaction too.
Yeah, I think he's asleep, guys. I think Bones has fallen asleep on the podcast again. Nothing new there. Nothing new there.
But solid commentary.
Yeah, it's nice that he's quiet for once.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with him.
Yeah.
The Afro bundle I got, and I streamed the unlock right away. Holy shit, that unlock has not changed at all. Fucking an RNG first. It's horrible. I changed mods through the whole thing. It was not pleasant. But honestly, it was good. It was a really fun event. I only had 2.5 hours to get it done in. We got it done in like 2 hours 10. So that says it all. It isn't a nice event.
It's a full-on event. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, like,
it's like
you go.
We used like the best modding for it. I was watching a video that was saying these are the optimum mods. I was usually above it or really far above it. And then it was like, for the first one where it's Hondo, it was like, yeah, I'm like nearly, I think I was like 40k above it in health, about 10k above in protection. I was above it in speed. And then, oh, look, he's one shot. And it turned out, even though they were saying you need a speed arrow, we put a critical dodge arrow, critical avoidance arrow on, and we never died. So yeah, it was really, really good. Like, it was taking it back to the event and going, now I've got shit mods that I've got to just try and bodge together. How far can I bodge this? How far can I make this work? So yeah, honestly, I really enjoyed it. It was not an easy event. I don't think it is ever going to be an easy event unless you completely over-relic them. And honestly, don't bother. You can do it at R5. The only thing that you need to put on is Hondo's second Zeta. It is needed, unfortunately. You get one for free, you kind of have to put another on to do the event. So, unfortunate, but and I think a bit of a necessary evil. Is it worth it for unlocking Afra? Yeah. In my book, yes. I know Bones freaking whinges about Afra, saying she's no good, she's got no use. She still does. There's hundreds of little counters that you can abuse with her.
I see her as
honestly,
a complete luxury character, though. She's not.
Yeah.
I mean, are any of her requirements a requirement elsewhere?
No, not yet.
So really,
I think.
what
on
are
a
you
mission? I think there's a combat mission one
like-
of them's required for.
Because
Yeah, so
Hondo?
Hondo's needed
Oh,
in
yeah.
TB. She's needed in TB in 2 different missions.
Yeah.
There is like places where it can be used, but like GL wise, there is nothing there. There is nothing that her requirements are for. I'm actually going to have a quick look on .gg about what her team can take out. Because it is always interesting when you are looking at these to look at what teams are they 100% successful on and what teams are they not. And it's like, I'm just having a quick look now. God, I've got to do it through this one, haven't I?
The like Hondo is useful now. We've got Balin. That's 1 out of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the 2 murder droids go with her, and they're 2 of her requirements. So, yeah, I mean, I've got her obviously, but I wouldn't be rushing out to suggest people to farm her. She's a good character, has her uses, but yeah, definitely sort of a luxury sort of farm if you got nothing else to do, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a luxury one. Whether it was worth the $50 for it is the question. Honestly, like I'm just quickly loading it up now to see what we've got 100% win rate on, and it's things like home one teams, Ewok, Dash, the Zori team, Phasma team, Shit Vader, Geos. What's this one? Oh, the boss team is counted by it. Again, Ewoks, yeah. And it's like, I think it's more of a cleanup team than anything else.
Yeah.
It does incredibly well in cleanup. And it's like, okay, fair enough. And it's just having another tool available. If you've got another tool available to take something out, it's always going to help. Even if it only clears half of it out, yeah. That's perfectly fine by me. It's like, congrats. My murder droids do murdering. There we go. Nothing else needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, one of those guys where it may not be like a super great team. It's definitely, if you look in like a listings, it's no way that it's going to be S. It's no way that it's going to be an A tier. If it was in B tier, it's going to be right on the edge of going down or right on the edge of potentially going up. But you sit there and you go, this is a cleanup master. Like, you've got a single target or a couple of targets left. Afra just rips it to pieces. Just for giggles.
I think she
The
can.
murder droids hit that bloody hard.
I think she can reliably beat Jabba if you have the team set up for it.
Yeah. So the Jabba counter is like iffy, but not at the same time. Like the Jabba counter, you can sit there and go, it will happily counter a full team every so often. Like, and it's the good Jabba team. The thing that you've also got to remember is when she gets a Datacron that's even slightly good for her, she demolishes teams.
Mm.
Like Jabba suddenly becomes, yep, you're victimized. And that's the thing you've got to look at overall. Is she good now? It's how good is she when everything helps as well. Because people also say, oh, well, she's only good with her Datacron.
Yeah.
On the big account, I've used her in every GAC that I've playing on that account. Because it's always something that is going to help with. The same with on my account now, it's going to be, once she's at Relic, I'm going to be using her all the goddamn time. But she's not going to get Relic until I've finished off Jabba now. So, yeah, it'll all depend. It'll all depend. But as a luxury team goes, she is a damn good luxury team.
Mm. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Like she's. I mean, obviously Bones does my GAC, so I don't do a lot of GAC. Which is where she really excels, right? So,
yeah.
Bones is very not anti-Afra, but he definitely doesn't give her the opportunities that I probably would be. Yeah, I always seem to use her in TW, so and that's without all of her crons and that. So
there's always something, because if she just starts knocking up your abilities and they start getting a bit of turn meter behind them, or like the datacron that I'm currently using on that team is the 15% turn meter from specials.
Uh-huh.
Congrats. Afra does her special. Oh, look, she's bloody quick. She gets another go before you get round again. Summon the droid. Okay, well, I'm going to get round again. And 2 turns later, knock the turn meters up. Oh, look, your turn meter never hit your... What's it? Your cooldowns never hit 0.
Yeah.
They never were active again.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it just loops and loops, and then you just destroy the team because all they can do is bloody basic.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And yeah, she is a good character. You've just got to find ways to abuse it.
Yeah.
And that's the important part.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you got anything else you
Other
want to
than that-
mention about the packs at the moment, Sopper?
I think they're all good. Maybe I wish maybe the smuggler pack had more smugglers in it, maybe, because like
Okay.
wait, hang on, let me get them. There's I think there's mobile smugglers you can put in there. But then we did just have the hand pack, which like took most of the good ones, but where are they? There's people like there's not many smugglers, but maybe they could have added Zori in there. It's like a little cheeky bonus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was really hoping for Zori in that pack. When we saw the image, read the title from the image that it was the smuggler Lightspeed bundle, it was like, please have Zori, please have Zori. I don't want to fucking relic it. Do not want to fucking relic the bitch. Come on, give me Zori, give me Zori. And then it was like, no. So yeah, I agree there. They could have put more in. But
Maybe the Leia pack could have like had some. I know it's meant to be the princesses pack, but it could have like some random character in there, maybe a little extra one. But then it wouldn't make
Yeah,
sense
but-
because it's like a princess pack.
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of see the point on that pack. Like the all hands pack was all hands.
Mm.
Yeah.
The princess pack was literally the 2 princesses in the game. Apart from Princess Bones, but we won't go into that.
Currently sleeping.
Yeah, we'll check on him later in the stream, guys. We might poke him.
Have you got
See if
anything to
he's
poke
awake.
him with? You got a sign
Yeah.
or something there you can poke him with?
Yeah, all right, one sec. I'll try poking Bones for us. One
All
sec. Should we have pine cones or that he's wrong? Let's see if pine cones wakes him first.
He'll smell
No.
them out and wake up.
Wrong? No? Right, hang on. Nope, not working. Not working, guys.
Oh dear.
Sorry. Can't wake him. He's sleeping.
All right.
He's asleep.
Next topic. Oh, you got something, Sopper?
Yeah.
I think they're also all reasonably priced. Like JML, I thought all the new GL packs were just gonna be £30, but now they've gone down to 25, which I think is good because the GML pack had so much overlap. Like, and for that price, I think it was maybe a bit too high. I think it was a good choice to go back down to below 30.
Yeah.
And also,
I think
made a joke.
Any GL pack needs to stay back below £30 to make it more viable.
Yeah. I also made a joke about they didn't make they skipped the C bundle because C was so easy to get. They thought there's no point. So like,
Yeah.
Well,
Fair enough.
they also skipped Lord Vader and JMK. But if
yeah,
they
that's
gave
also
either
true.
of them, they just give cool stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought
So,
about it,
the
to be
thing-
honest. I'd completely
major
forgot
thing
about it.
that The major thing that we said about it, though, is like they're not the hardest GLs. Like Leia and Jabba are not the hardest GLs to get, and in fact, they're the friendliest GLs for newer players because of the rewards they give. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, next year we get C and then we get like Leia. I would not be surprised if we don't see that next year. Even though like Leia's one of the newer GLs, it's like here is our friendly-ish farm. Just because it's like there are a lot of guides out there that say, "Oh, Leia's one to go for," or Jabba's the one to go for. Like you get Jabba early enough, congrats, you get a load of freaking mod stuff, which is what I would say to anybody. Anybody wanting it, get Jabba. If that's your first farm, do it. You will get a shit ton of mods.
Yeah.
And that's the important bit. That is definitely the important bit.
All right.
While we're talking about Jabba, we can move into the next bit, which I got excited about on stream.
Yeah. Yep. You go then, Bob. What? Try again.
I am not Bones.
You go, Womp. Well, it was more like a
Right. One
Womp
sec.
or
One
so.
sec. I'm just going to reset the AI. Reset the AI, guys. Come on. I am not Bones. Bad AI. That's the first time we've used that this stream.
Yeah.
But yeah. Honestly, the Simmable events, like, we now know that you can sim the contraband cargo and you can sim the Jabba event. Holy shit, that was a big thing. Like, I was told about it and it was like, really? And it was like, went and checked it and it was like, I'm going over to the big account. I'm going over to the big account. I dropped what we were doing. We went over to the big account and we simmed it. Because it was like, shit. It was just like, that is the easiest and fastest we've ever fucking done it. Thank fuck it is simmable. Now the question is everything else that they said would be simmable?
That's what I'm very curious about.
I can confirm you can sim Radus and Finalizer. Because I simmed
Okay.
both.
Well,
not one.
My biggest one is in 2 days and 4 hours, the Ultimate Journey event. That was one of the things that they mentioned, and they're reasonably easy except for the SLKR and the Ray one. Those two events I used to like. I just dreaded doing them. I end up just putting good mods onto those teams to get them done. The other ones you can press auto and it gets done. So wasn't really worried about, JMK and Lord Vader and stuff, but yeah. Because I do 3 refreshes on them, so to try and get the currency.
I still haven't got any of it at 3-star on my account.
Okay.
So I'm still going to have to play them because they're not 3-star.
Yeah, okay.
Which sucks. But if they are simmable, that is pretty much confirming everything that they said that will be simmable is now simmable. Which is really fucking nice.
Because Proving Grounds was already simmable?
Yes.
Okay, because I haven't done Proving Grounds for...
As long as you're 3-star, Proving Grounds was simmable.
Okay.
So yeah, it's one of those, and it's like Proving Grounds this time is Bane.
All right.
So we're getting Bane move into Proving Grounds. That is going to be freaking nuts.
Yep, that'll be fun.
It's like, honestly, I think these simmable events, the fact that there was all the newer events were simmable, and then stuff like the bloody GL token ones and certain smuggler events, and yeah, it was like, no, CG, just let us sim the fuckers, please. Yeah, so it's one of those. We'll see how it goes. We've got to see the other events. If we start seeing events that are non-simmable again, it's like, CG, please, just follow what you've been doing. Sort the fuck out.
Yeah.
Did they say whether or not the Executor and Profundity and Leviathan bonus missions were being simmable?
No, they didn't.
But they could be.
A lot of people are hoping they are simmable. If you've 3-starred them, which, if they are, that will be really good. If you've 3-starred those events, I reckon they should be simmable. if that is the case, congratulations, click a button and you're done.
The profundity one, the bonus mission, is a
Yeah.
bitch. Fucking hated it. I ended up. It wasn't long. I think Bones might have done like 2 or 3 streams in GAC, and the event came back for profundity, and we had it like 6 stars. And I was like, "Hey Bones, you want to do this for me? All the gems are there. You just need to do the event because I don't like, have the time to do it." And he's like, "Sure." So he sat there for like 2 hours, getting it up to 7 stars. Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, it's not. All the other
Honestly-
ones were fine. Just that bonus mission.
Yeah, the bonus missions are not the friendliest. Like, you can have just got them over the bar and like not put 6-stop mods on, get through the whole event, get the actual 4-star unlock, and then you're sitting there going, now I can do jack shit against the actual what's it. Because if you don't have a modded right, you can't fucking beat it. And even when you've got it modded right, congrats, here's a bit of RNG that could fuck you over. So, yeah, it's like, for me, I struggled with the Executor event. We did it all in one go. And, yeah, no. That was like, until we got the modding spot on, it was like a couple of hours of torture to crawl through it. And then we got the modding spot on, and it was like, and now we blow it apart. So I'm a little bit torn whether I could ever do that event again. I really don't want to. I do it for Shard Shop, but it's like, I haven't touched the modding on purpose, so I know that it's good.
Yeah.
So, one of those.
It's definitely looking positive at the moment, and we have no reason to doubt. We'll see though. I've got a little bit of doubt, but I shouldn't, because
The main thing for me is I sit there and I go, CG said all this in the past, which is great. But then, do I trust them to not screw something up? No. I am their biggest cynic, but at the exact same time, doing good shit, I will praise.
Yeah.
And it's shocking because people turn around and go, "Oh, but you never praise them." And it's like, I do. And that's the bad bit. I freaking hate it. But at the end of the day, did they do good? We'll be talking about it towards the end. Yeah, they did fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to any of the Simmable events up? Or
well, I've already done Contraband Cargo. It's definitely better than putting it on order and hoping it goes quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that moment of, I've prayed to the auto gods that this is finished before I get back with my brew.
Yeah. I did realize we forgot to actually look at something. In last week's news,
Yes.
we had a Milestone event that was running through Conquest. Welcome, Dream Orchid Wolf. First time chatter. And I think you've just followed as well. Yeah, so part 2 Milestone event. We had all that Conquest energy that we were supposed to use. So we haven't hit the 600 million box yet, which means we're still waiting on sort of the 20 shards for the 3 older Conquest characters. And we're still 170 plus million away from getting the Dark Side Ray. So, I mean, we're what, 2 days away? Yeah, 2 days left.
Get the Dark Side Ray shards.
Nah, I doubt it.
We're now at the point with Conquest where any whales, and I would say this in a very, very not so nice way, but I try to mean it in a nice way. any of the whales by this point are probably finished Datacron farming. Like, the accounts that I help do all this for, they're already at 30 crons, all at level 9. I wouldn't be surprised that Aussie Might's account is at least 30 crons above level 6. My account is 30 crons above level 3, and about 10 crons are above level 6, and about 8 or 9 of them at level 9.
Yep.
Anybody that in like the mid to late game is already through Datacrons. They're already sat there going, why would I get more Datacrons when I don't need them?
Yep.
So, honestly, we're not going to hit it. People are there going, oh, but we might get a last minute surge. And it's like, we really won't. We really won't. So, yeah, honestly, I think the biggest part of it is we do need more interaction with Conquest, but I think part of that comes down to give us fucking cool units. The cooler the unit, the better it is.
Were we ever going to reach this target? That's my question.
If we'd had a
kept
lot
going.
of community interaction, yes. But I don't think, although, like, I like the idea of Darkside Ray, there are people in the community that don't. So I think they might have actually had quite a fall off in Conquest. This might have been based on the last time we did Conquest, and there's just more people that don't like Darkside Ray than like bloody Ezra. So, yeah, I think there was a chance, but it's like, yeah, you've got to think about the character as well. Look at how the community reacted to Darkside Ray. Loads reacted really well, and yet we still got creators leave. We actually had creators leave over it. So it's like, yeah, mid yes, mid no. I don't know how I truly feel about how this is all played out, but I'm just hoping that CG do take it to heart and go, let's just make cool shit. They've said that they don't need to tie it to anything. Let's just make cool shit. And that's it. Make cool shit and enjoy it.
Obviously, like for people like myself or people who red crate, the 20 shards actually is not going to do a lot for us anyway, right? I mean, it means you don't have to buy the ones from the Jawas if you're not spending for the Conquest Pass, but it's not like we were going to get Ray a month early or anything like that, so I don't think there was that sort of... Even if the people did like it, there was no real major incentive to sort of do it. So, yeah. And then 750 million energy is... Like, when you start to sit down and think about that, that's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway. You got any comments on that, Sop?
Well, really, I mean, as a person that's just got their first gold, like the extra 20 shards would have been nice, but like I'm pretty sure I'm just for these 3 first ones. I think I'm just gonna buy all the Jawas out, because like.
So
yeah.
I am working on a video, and I keep meaning to sit and edit it. It's what I'm gonna do after this. There is ways of 4 months getting Ray from Gold Crate, but you need to buy every Jawa station, and you do need to get the pass. If we got that extra 20 shards, the joke is you would have bought once this time. Once.
Okay. And
you have it in 4 months.
I guess it's pretty hard to say that it's irrelevant, because when you think about it, they've got the shards there from Dark Trooper, Moff Gideon, Malicos, and Fury. So, yeah, that was probably a bit harsh to say it's not worth it. Because there are
Hon-
people who might
honestly,
not have
there-
those.
this is why this group is quite good, because we've got whales that already have them and don't care. We've got bones that will probably red crate every so often, but not regular. And then there's me that will push red crate as often as it can, but I like to abuse conquest. Like the one that's going to be not next one, the one after is going to be another dead end for what's it called? Datacrons. So what I'm going to do on that one is I'm going to get to gold. I'm going to buy everything en route, which means I still get rate at the end of 3 months. But it means that I can abuse Datacrons. Absolutely abuse them for a whole month. That month's one, I'm going to have probably 20, 25 level 9s. And then that kickstarts the one after it. And it's like, is that a good option? Not for everybody. Is it a good option for me? Not really, because my account's not big enough to use it. But holy shit, I'm going to grow fast enough thanks to Lightspeed. I want to do that shit. And then it helps people that are big enough to go, oh, well, I can now get all this. And it's like, Aussie Mike now farms the way that I was talking about. We talked about it before stream. We talked about it on my stream a bit. And it's like the amount of Datacron increase is not like minor. It's a substantial increase. Honestly, it's worth doing. And you're then going into your round of TB or into TW or into your first round of GAC with a few more crons than what you would have had available anyway.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to do.
I was a bit skeptical the first time I did it because it was the first of that, like this is the first one for Darkside Ray. So it was, 3 months ago that I did it for the first time. And I was a bit skeptical. I'm like, oh, is it, like, am I going to have the time to get the feats done in that once, TW or GAC lockout? But it's plenty of time. Like, by the time you've gotten to Sector 4, you're, 3/4 of the way through most of the feats. Yeah. So, you might only have to clean up a few here and there. It like, just, you sort of just got to trust that it will work because, it does work.
And part of what I say, especially with Conquest, with that way of farming is, once you've hit zone 4 and you start running out of like the level 2 materials or the level 1 materials, or like in your case, you run out of credits, you can go back.
Yep.
You can always go, well, today I need to top up on crons because I've actually run out of crons to work. Well, I'm going to go to Sector 1 and I'm going to now sim it 3 times back to back. Oh, but why sim it? I'll do it once and I'll do that feat. Now I'll do it again for that feat and that feat and that feat. And you can tick feats off whilst you're farming Datacrons up.
Yep.
Which then just bulks out what you've got. And it just makes it a lot easier in the long run.
Yeah. And I think this one, because there's quite an overlap, I'll have to rejig my teams, I think, for the next one, because I had a lot of, win with Perudia, win with Night Trooper, and then Great Mothers and Morgan.
Yeah.
That was my team. All, like 4 of the 5 members are needed in different sectors and stuff. So I might have to split them up and have like an Enoch team or a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon for the troopers, and but
an account your size, troopers go with troopers. So troopers with Moff Gideon, Dark Trooper, don't care. When it comes to Great Mothers, it is literally the Great Mother team, but you take Great Mothers, Morgan, what's her name? Spirit.
Acolyte.
Then you go zombie, and you take Merrin. And what will happen is you multi-stack So you've got them losing health, but they're also gaining plague.
True.
And Merrin's giving you back protection, and it doesn't work well in GAC because you want to spread the teams. You need to spread yourself a bit thinner. But in Conquest, you can go, I'm just going to use the bomb. Drop the bomb in place, watch it rip teams to pieces, and oh, look, things start dying. Yeah, you can't revive anything.
Yeah.
But it also means that protection being regained is a pain in the arse. So, yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
Have you got anything on final word comments on that, Sopper?
I mean, I think the milestone. Anyway, we've gone most of the way through. Like a player that doesn't have all the conquest characters. Actually, I only have one unlocked, but like more shards is more shards, less time needed on proving grounds, which is always great. So like,
Yeah.
even though we didn't get to the end to get the extra boost, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
And guys, remember, my exact words on proving grounds, every time I had to do them, was proving grounds sucks. I hate it. Which is why I've started to make these guys to help you guys avoid the fucking hellhole.
Yeah.
I hate fucking proving grounds. I'm now at the stage where everything I've got is 3-star and Simmable. But if you say, can you check if this team will work, and I've got access to it, I will do it. And everybody in my guild has already said that any that they do, that are the newer ones, like we've got a couple of people that are hopefully going to unlock Bane, because he's 20 shards, so they've got to pull it off once. They've said they're going to record every single one. I'm going to try and make content for you guys that are stuck on those stupid proving grounds to go, this is a team that works. It may be that it's like Gungan's work. I can't say sorry for it potentially being a ridiculous team, but we will try our best to get you shit that you know. That's the important bit, guys. We'll try and get you counters that work. Which sucks, but it will work.
I
Now,
keep getting to the same situation with the Malgus mission with Lord Vader. I just end up in a 1v1, and I never win it.
yeah.
Because Malgus just
Yeah.
does a leap, and I die.
This is why I love Gungans for Malgus. Because by the time they start rolling, you've deathmarked near enough all of them. They're constantly, the deathmark's pinging around, and you just follow the deathmark.
Yeah.
And it's literally, congrats. You can't kill me, but I can nuke you. And eventually it gets there, and you just go in, well, if Jar Jar accidentally insta-kills, it's even quicker. If he doesn't, you're still going to win because of fucking Deathmark. Even if you get Deathmark on one of your guys, it's like, you can't physically kill them. Go away. So it's quite fun to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, guys, there's loads of answers. I'm going to try and keep making content on that because I know full well it helps you guys. Doesn't help me, but it's there to help you. And it's like, I would love an account that had access to them to test all the time, but I don't. I now don't have any account that can access them that has got enough of the new shit to test stupid shit out.
I have
Well,
my
I have that.
10 million account that I haven't done Conquest on for a long time. That has like Gungans.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll send you through the details and you can have a look and see if it's worth your while.
Yeah. So if it is, guys, honestly, I will try out any combinations that you guys ask. If you guys say, oh, can you do it with Slacker? Right, okay, let's check. Can you do it with Leia? Let's check. And I will purposely wait until we're about to kill and then back out. When we were doing it with Gungans, I did it like 8 times and backed out over and over again to just see if is it a case of it's a guaranteed, or is it a case of it's a bit dodgy? And we got to the stage where, yeah, it's not 100% guaranteed. But you're either going to 2-star or 3-star. That's it. It doesn't lose. So you just had to be aware of do not lose the fucking generator, because if you do, you are going to start dropping like flies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Should try the Jawas and Tuscans because we got them in a bundle.
that's one of the things I do want to do is, does Jawas work? Does Tuscans work? Does this work? Does that work? And it's stupid to try them because I know full well Jawas are not going to kill Malgus. They haven't got enough health to survive that chaos. But do the bombs have enough damage to kill Malgus? And it's like, maybe, just maybe, if the AI is not smart and targets the wrong one, that could end Malgus very quickly.
Because obviously it's hard to
Well-
say how they've modded them in the event,
Exactly.
but if it was a player, probably stacked up on health, really. So, Yeah.
The more health he's got, the harder he hits. The harder he hits, the more health he's got. Congratulations. Those bombs are going to get lethal.
Yeah.
You only need to get to 20 stacks and it just disintegrates something. And that's where I would love to test.
Yeah.
But I know full well there is not that many accounts out there that have all the toys to test with that don't have shit improving rounds.
Yeah.
Because if they've got all the toys to test with, they've probably done Conquest.
Unless they're me and just don't have time. Yeah.
There is that.
All right. Let's go on to the next topic. I don't know. I'm not up to date with this one, right? Do you know anything about the Hera bug?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I freaking hate the bug.
All right.
So
over to you.
What it is Hera's perfect defense, which is it from pulling rank or it's from pulling rank, isn't it? So what's meant to happen is you get tenacity and you get defense up, it gets pulled off you and you're granted perfect defense. Great. It works in the event. It literally works in the event. So in the event, you can do it all day long, doesn't matter, works every freaking time. You take it anywhere else, it doesn't work at all. You can have defense up and tenacity up at the start of your turn, then she can grant you the ability, and it just does not give perfect defense.
Okay.
And they said, oh yeah, we've fixed it. Now the fix does remove tenacity up and defense up, but it then doesn't give perfect defense. So it's like, oh, so close. And like I joked about it before, and it is something that we need to not whinge too much about. You're gonna, in this type of environment, have one server that is live, one server that is literally where they're testing on. They are going to be as close can be. It may have worked on the testing server, it may have worked perfect. And when they've migrated it, there's one little difference that they weren't aware of that's just caused the error again. And now we've got a weird situation where it's partly working, but not completely. So it's just one of those, they thought they had the fix, and they had already noted, they've already put it out on the community board, that it isn't actually fixed as intended. So they're still looking at the fix. It's not something that doesn't happen. Like, loads of people have already said, how could this happen? It's like, it happens all the time. Game companies, it happens all the time too. You take really big games that are live service games, and you look at how often it happens, and it happens all the goddamn time. They fix something, and it's not actually fixed. There's a bug in it still. And it's not uncommon.
There was talk, I think, in one of Bone's streams, that the ships were having issues because of it. Do you know anything about that? Okay.
I don't. Now, the major thing that we've got to think of is however they write these, it will be using a generic format. So it might be something, remove something, then add something else. And whoever uses the remove and add, they will all use that same line of code, and it'll just be insert this, insert this. It won't be oh, it's completely custom for each one. They're going to use a generic backbone to save on space. And then, like Hera's kit will say, if they've got defense up and tenacity up, so the first if statement would gain defense up, tenacity up. And then it'll be, if they have got these, yes, no. No is do this, yes is do this. And it'll just be, they use the generics. It's a lot easier to code and it's a lot smaller to code. It also means the game runs faster, which is what we all want because we want it to run nice and smooth on our phones and on the PC client. If you start trying to create individual code lines for every single character, you start getting massive loading windows of very long, laggy fights, which nobody wants. So it may be that they've altered something in another ship fight. It may have been altered in another fight or wherever, and it's just causing new issues. Now, what that will give them if we feed that information back is, okay, so we did this change. They'll have a log of what was changed, and they can go, oh, so it's now causing this, which is now this step. So we know now this step is where the bug is. So they can go back, fix that, and then go and check. Okay, so it's not fully fixed. Go back one more step, fix this bit, go all forward. Does it now work? And that's how they bug find and how they fault find. But if we're not giving the information back to them, and it's something that I've actually had a message reply, which I was always surprised by, saying thank you for the information. Because I say to everybody, just report the bugs, but give them the information. So when you're writing a bug report or putting it on the forums, this is what I did. This is the team I used. This is what happened. This is how to replicate. 4 little things all together means, oh, look, they can now go do the exact same thing you've done.
We hope.
If they can replicate it, they can then go, we can now reverse from that.
Yep.
And that's it. It's just reverse engineering, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Next topic. Okay, so this is the best news that we've had for quite some time, especially this week, right? We'll go through specifics, but in a nutshell, they've basically listened to our feedback on the episode pass, or episode track, I should say, and a few little bits and pieces dealing with that. Honestly, I don't think anybody could have any problems with it, right? Okay. Specific details, right? This sort of...
I'm going to pull it up as well.
Yes, I do have it up. Yep, no, I do have it. Thank you for reminding me.
Cool.
Here it is. All right. So, can we see it?
You may have to make a profile to be able to see it. Window capture. Just remember, don't flashbang people.
Well, this is the... How do I change it to dark mode? I don't know how to change dark mode.
Right. I'll teach you it after.
Okay.
Don't worry for now.
Okay.
Sorry, people, for getting flashbanged.
Okay, so
now,
this
Bones,
is...
Are you going to read this for us or stay asleep? No,
Good.
He's staying asleep, guys.
Good chat. Good chat.
Good choice.
Okay.
Good choice by him.
So, thanks for the feedback. We've been carefully reviewing your feedback and analysing the data from the initial release of the errors and have some improvements we want to make better with your experience. We want to make better your experience.
Yeah, the English isn't amazing here.
Yeah, okay. I guess it technically does make sense anyway. Alright, so what's changing in episode 2? First thing, maximum episode currency will now be raised from 30,000 to 100,000. Sure.
Thank
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
That was needed.
Yeah.
That was just it. The second I read that on stream, it was like, yeah, give. I want it now.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can object to that.
No.
Yeah. All right. Episode track changes. The first four milestones on the episode track will have the amount of required episode points reduced. So milestone 1 is now 1,000 points. Milestone 2 is 2,000 points. 3 is 3,000. 4 is 4,000. And then from 5 onwards is 5,000 as it is at the moment. So basically that first few, little bit easier, quicker to get to, because you literally get 1,200 just from doing your dailies, like as the reward for the dailies. And each of the daily quests itself give you 300, I think, from memory. I might even have it up because I haven't.
Good.
So 350 they are. Sorry. So yeah, each individual daily is 350, and then you get 1,200 as a bonus for the day. So yeah, got no problems with that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Honestly, my first thoughts on this, I looked at it and I went, well, the first 4 levels are now just 2. Is it going to be quicker to get to level 5? Fuck yes. You're probably going to complete level 1, maybe level 2 in the first day or 2. You're going to put yourself in a nice place. This is good for free to play. That is a good thing for free to play. It's reducing the overall requirement.
well, don't you get like 3,000 points just for the dailies?
Yeah.
Was it 7 by 350 is 2,400? So you get 3,650. Yeah. So you will make it.
You're going to blow through the first
Yeah.
levels.
First, you'll finish the first 2 milestones purely just from your first day of dailies. You got any comments on that, Sopper?
I mean, it was all sounding good, so as long as they don't break the game, it's fine.
Yeah. Have you actually on the
You trust them not to.
On the currency cap? How are you going at sort of your 6-7 million? How are you going for your currency?
I mean, it keeps filling up because I did try out the premium track, but
Okay.
it's just like annoying.
Have you?
I don't know why. I don't know why they had a cap on 30,000 anyway. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Have you got
it's
everything in the
really
store purchased, or like a good chunk of it?
No, I don't. I have the Omegas and Omicrons, the Kairos, 1 mod, most of the mod materials, some gear 12 gear, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah. So where so I've got an account that I've been running just during this, and it's a good friend of mine. He's keeping track of it for me as well for the days that I don't jump on, and he's just doing it. That account has not bought the premium pass. It is at 38 at the moment.
Okay.
Whether we will hit the 50 in the next 10 days, I don't think it's possible now. I think we'll be into the high 40s, but we're at 38. So we're already, I think it's 43 is the last army, which is pretty damn close.
You've still got 10 days though.
Yeah. So it's not like it's not possible, but 38, 10 days, it means we've got to at least on 2 of the days do 2. Maybe. It is doable. I'm not saying it isn't. It is just going to be tight if we can pull it off.
Okay.
I need some nice conquests to do that. Nice
collect challenges.
DCs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the account is only 5.5 mil.
Yeah.
So if it's a bit of a dodgy one, I ain't got a chance. But I've already said to a lot of people, once you hit 43, you've got all the armies. After that, I don't give a shit. All I want from this is give me more armies than what I was getting before. And those people that are saying, oh, well, I always used to red crate. Okay, so you're the same people that were complaining about Tuscans. Yes, okay. And then you're saying that Tuscans had never been in it before. And it's like, they had.
Yeah.
You didn't get red crate when Tuscans were in it before. And you're complaining that Tuscans are in it now.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. because you would not have red created that one.
Yeah.
And
All right.
that's my only what's it with our community is, yeah, don't think that we don't take note of what's in GCs. As creators, we hate them. We hate them as much as you guys. But at the end of the day, we're going to try and work on teams that will cover them eventually. Hence why the olive leaf came out. And I honestly think that was we've done the Jawas, we've done Tuscans, we're sorry. Here's the fucking teams if you want to do them in the future.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
Quest changes. It was
Yay!
quite funny because we were actually going to mention that don't do your GC immediately because there are actually feats that are required from this GC, but they come out tomorrow. Yeah. So it is still relevant information because this doesn't sort of take effect till next one. But what they are saying is that Galactic Challenges come out, and then the next day there are feats that you can complete with that GC, but you probably have already passed them. So those quests will now appear before the GC starts, which is good.
They appear at the night time before the GC starts. The same with Conquest ones.
Yep.
They appear before. Like, as we're recording now, it's 4 hours till it appears. But there is already a GC in place, where this will now be yesterday's one, will be the GC one, and the new GC starts that day.
Yeah.
So it is a better way of doing it. It is much better.
Same
with Conquest. There are crazy people that get to red crate day one.
Sorry, that's not the words they used. Use the word.
All right, where is that one? Maniacs.
Yeah.
Honestly, Muppets, maniacs, crazy people, same thing in that case, because you're spending a lot of crystals to get to red crate day one.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot.
Yeah. So they've also then confirmed that the rewards from dailies are going to stay at 350, which I don't think anybody can complain about.
Nope.
Any thoughts on that, Sopper?
Well, okay. So I think this is good because completely forgot about that because I have done my GC this morning.
Oh no.
So
stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have some feats. I still have some feats, which is when with a full team of Jedi. No.
There you go. Oh, can you not clear it at like level 5, which is where you'll need to clear it up to?
I've cleared. When the relics start, I haven't cleared anything with relics. I haven't cleared. So like,
ooh, that sucks a bit.
My Jedi leader is like General Kenobi because I have no Jedi leader. That's actually good. So I'm like, please don't die.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can complain about any of those improvements. Probably, yeah.
People will. Those are just the starting improvements, and honestly, I think they are really, really good for the game.
Yeah. Well,
good.
It's not even like is it good or not. It's just it's a really stupid timing to have it the way it is at the moment. Yeah, we see that. We've fixed it. It now is in a logical order where you can start the event when it comes out, collect the the quest points, and move on, rather than having to wait 4, 8, 10, whatever, however many hours, right? So, yeah, I think it's good that they listen to that. All right, shipment adjustments.
I honestly think it is that the amount of kick up this had. Yeah, these changes have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shipment adjustments.
All right. So
And this
two.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
The very first line makes me so fucking happy.
Yeah. 2 new shipments will be added to the episode shipment tab. 1 additional shipment containing 2 more Omicron materials, and 1 additional shipment containing 16 micro attenuators, the mod re-rolling materials. What are your thoughts, both of you, on the additional 2 Omicron materials?
I'll let Sopper go first because I'm far too excited by this.
I mean, more stuff is more stuff, you know. So like, yeah.
Okay.
And also, I need to finish. I think because I don't have Java, and people who also don't have Java, they don't have like a massive income of the cylinder things. So
Yeah.
like,
Attenuators, yep.
and like I've got a bunch of mods that I need to like do them on. Like I've got my Lord Vader, I've got my Slacker, I've got my Darth Revan, I've got like 20 characters I need to use them on. So like
Yeah.
I think that's good. And then extra Omicron, well, I guess that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Extra Omicrons is more Omicrons.
Okay,
All
Womp.
I'm going to say for mine. All I'm going to say for mine is give me fucking Omicrons. I fucking love them. I
Yeah.
need more. Anything that gives me Omicrons, I will fucking do.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, honestly, when you get like proper towards the late game, it is literally a case of give me fucking Omicrons now. It's not even pleasant. It's just give.
Yeah. I have no problems with them wanting to, you know, not starve the market, but you know, keep a controlled lid on the amount of Omicrons to go out. So I'm indifferent on the Omicrons, right? I will gladly take them, but if we didn't have them, I wouldn't be like. It is what it is. I think that there's still going to be, even with 100,000 credit limit, I think we're still going to have a problem with literally, like, I've got nothing left to buy in the shop and I'm sitting on like 17 or 18,000 of the points, right? So
Well,
if that's going to be what I'm going to have left over every month, well, we're probably going to have that cap's not going to be enough still. I don't know.
now, the next bit does kind of apply to that because the Cairo shipments are being provided at 10 pieces instead of 2, and the corresponding price increase.
Yeah.
That is going to mean you are going to spend more of your currency, which is good. And another thing is that the character shards are changing, which is great because it means smaller players can just buy those character shards that they need.
Mm-hmm.
But bigger players can just go, you know what, I'll buy it all for shard shop currency.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've already done that on both accounts.
Yeah.
And the big account is sat on 28,000. I've got 4 pieces of stuff left. 4.
Yeah.
I've got nothing left I can buy. And I'm going to be over the cap before the end of this.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that cap to increase.
I was quite intrigued to see that the characters in the shop are swapping from episode to episode. I hadn't even, that thought hadn't even crossed my mind. I just assumed what we've got is what we've got, and that was going to be it forever and a day. But yeah, I mean, like that's a nice little twist that I didn't see coming, and yeah.
I think I saw this coming because they said each episode was gonna have a theme, and by the looks of it, this looks like a Rise of the Empire, Revenge of the Sith looking one. So like,
yeah, I think a lot of people could see that there was going to be changes in the shop. I think the fact that the shards are changing frequently is a good thing because it gives them a chance to put characters that are less farmed out there. Like, I haven't got half of the Bad Batch farmed. So for my account, I'm just going to be getting Bad Batch through that time.
Yep.
Like, the big account has got everything. It doesn't give a shit. I'll just buy it for shard shop currency. But at the end of the day, Shard Shop currency now, with the changes that happened there, which we talked about last week, the fact that you can buy GL energy, anybody that is about to go for GL Ahsoka should be buying these to store the Shard Shop to go, sod it. I'm going to buy 100 shards of it because 25 crystals for a refresh for 200 shards of energy. Yeah, I can do that on the day.
Yeah.
That's most of GL Ahsoka unlocked.
Yeah. These 4 characters are very intriguing. Okay, Fulcrum helps out sort of the team.
People heading for Ahsoka. Yeah.
Saw Gerrera's in season 3 or season 2. He's there somewhere. I don't get Night Sister Zombie. I don't get Ezra Bridger.
So there's always reasons why they do shit. Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, I think, is more a case of this might be what people need for GL Ahsoka if they weren't around when we gave it away for free.
Okay.
Saw Gerrera, I'm not 100% sure why he's there. I know, yeah, it is semi-thematic, but how often do we see CG actually do themes? Not common. And when they do themes, they usually balls it up. So, yeah, I'm not suspecting it to be theme. I'm more suspecting these might give us hints to what's to come.
Maybe.
During the event that is for the new Bad Batch team.
Yeah.
I'm more expecting this is something to do with those. So, yeah, are we going to see like another new Night Sister? Or are we going to see something to do with the Ezra and Phoenix team? We don't know.
See, if that was...
So it's just something to potentially keep an eye on.
Is
because we might get Little Kanan. Could get Little Kanan. And that'd be fucking epic.
If it was Asajj, pardon me, if that was Asajj, make a little bit more sense, given she's in, Bad Batch, but
yeah,
yeah, like you said, it could be something coming up that we don't see at the moment. So, yeah.
And this is where I would always say, especially with us, is keep an open mind. Because, okay, Saw Gerrera, Night Sister Zombie, Ezra Bridger, what's the connection? No fucking clue. What if we start seeing a potential connection in the next couple of weeks? Like the next couple of posts give us something else.
Yeah.
Give us another little clue. It's just working out what CG is doing ahead of what they are.
Yeah.
As a community, we are pretty good at it. But honestly, guys, enjoy it. Enjoy the challenge. So, yeah.
Okay. Any thoughts, Sopper?
I mean, it's just a shop. More stuff. If you don't have the Bad Batch, you can get them.
Yeah.
If you don't have those other characters, you can get them. People that are going for Cal, then Saw Gerrera will be helpful. It's just like...
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Shipments.
Yep.
Now, this next bit, you need to read the apology properly.
Yeah.
You need to read it in a somber voice.
All right. So, Galactic Challenge adjustments. The complete the battle feat will return to Galactic Challenges, and Galactic Challenges will have 5 feats from now instead of 4. Okay, so still means we're going to have that paywall of you need to have the pass and you need to have the new marquee, but they've thrown everybody a bone and said, just beat it with fucking SLKR, and you'll get some credits, right? Everybody was worried about not reaching the end of the line of the episode path track. This will definitely help. Yeah. Absolutely.
So just that alone gives you 3,000 points a turn.
Yeah. Which is...
it will say it later. It's 300 points. It's 10 levels. There you go.
Yeah.
That's most of a level done.
Well, that and your dailies will get you 1 level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
All right.
beating it.
Yeah.
So, go beat
Um.
it up, guys. Enjoy the beating of it.
Yeah. Removing it was definitely something we misjudged, and we apologise to players who felt left out of GC's content in the meantime. I don't think I've ever seen them say
Nope.
that.
I haven't either. We apologise. You don't see that anywhere in the games industry regular.
Yeah.
So I think they have seen the amount of backlash from it, the amount of us that have said this is shit and really kicked off about it. I don't see any podcast during that time that actually gave this a good thing. Them apologizing, yeah. Guys,
Yeah.
mark it in your diaries. It's a rare event. It's a good thing. But yeah.
The only thing that annoys me is they spelled apologise wrong with a Z. But
Yeah, it's the American spelling.
Yeah.
It's the American spelling. Don't look at it, Aussie Mike. Don't look at it. You use the correct spelling.
Yeah. Okay. While we recently adjusted the episode pass rewards in our Galactic Challenge feats, they will change again to accommodate 5 different feats to make the math towards reaching the end of the episode track easier for all players. 3 type of feats will reward 300 episode points apiece, which is complete the battle with a full squad of a specific faction, complete the battle while accomplishing something specific in combat. So, like defense up. What is the one for this one, actually? I haven't even looked at it because it can't really do it.
What is it? I did it. Well,
I can't even remember. I haven't even
Undersized
looked at it yet
squad,
because...
this one is. So if this was in the current CG, Galactic Challenge, I should say, complete a battle, mean you can beat it with literally anything. Completing it with a faction, which is Jedi this time, and then completing it with an undersized squad, they would all give you 300 apiece. Then, if you complete it with General Syndulla, it's 450 apiece, and then if you win it with the episode pass active, it's 450. These episode point rewards will be consistent across all tiers of Galactic Challenge, making episode point more front-loaded across all Galactic Challenge tiers and making it easier for players to earn. A free-to-play player who completes their available feats in any tier will now always earn more episode points than when they had completed the same tier before. Okay?
Alright. I'm going to point this out. Technically, you don't. You technically do lose out a little bit. But it means you have to go past level 5. Now, as a free-to-play player, yeah, that's a bit shitty. But overall, is it better? I'd say yes. I'd say yes simply because having 3 feats that you can do that give 900 points over the whole thing instead of potentially 2 that could fuck you over and 1 that you will always be able to do as long as you've got a GL to throw at it. Yeah. Is it still bad that there's a double paywall? Fuck yes. Honestly, the free-to-play players, I do kind of feel sorry for you because of that double paywall. But even whales, even the guys that spend, you're spending on bloody getting General Syndulla up. You're not going to want to spend on a bloody pass on top of that. Or you're spending the $20 on the pass, you're not going to want to spend on Hera. So you're going to get it to 4-star and that's you done. Honestly, I think they still need to look at this overall. because that double paywall is what's going to kick off a lot of fuss still. It's still not a nice thing. Granted, they've given it a lot of thought. They've brought something back that we can all do, which is a improvement. Do I think it goes far enough? No. I think this still, as a system, does need looking at. Sup?
Yep.
What do you think?
I think originally they should have not taken away the free battle one. Understandably, when you have a pass in most games, there's like some premium challenge usually. But unlike another game, which these two like to bounce off each other, Marvel Strike Force, both battle passes you can progress completely freely, without any obviously you can upgrade the tiers, but that's pointless. But because I like to think that Marvel Strike Force and Sword bounce off with each other in terms of updates and stuff sometimes. So
Yeah.
I think Sword tried to do a Marvel Strike Force valued battle pass, and it's basically they're both really good, but the problem is that CG removed the easiest thing to do, which is just beat the battle, which I think is because my idea of what it was going to be is you just have to play the game, like in Strike Force, to complete it. Just play the game every day and you'll complete it. But you could only do that if you had the specific things one of them, I think one of the challenges was momentum on one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
which is
So
stuck for Tuscans, and if you didn't have that, you didn't have 2 feet. Yeah, that sort of shit needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just an attempt, and I think that's already in other games, but they just did it wrong, and I think this is a good thing to do, but I think the paywall feats are fine. It's just that there wasn't the freebie feat everyone could do. That was the problem.
Yeah, I think them bringing back the freebie feat is probably the biggest thing that they could have done to help the free-to-play community and help everybody else. But more importantly, it's giving people what they had before. Everybody, I know they're still going to complain that it's not good enough and this and the other, but this is a huge step in the right direction. And hopefully they're going to keep an eye on it. Hopefully they're going to see that it's not sorted and everything else. But yeah, one of those. Now, should I try poking Bones awake again? One sec. Let's see. Pine cones or wrong? Because we know he's always wrong. Let's try with pine cones this time. Come here, pine cones. Wakey, Bones. No.
Okay,
Right,
so
okay.
in
He's still asleep.
chat, Battle Fries. This is just my opinion, and I may be mistaken about the facts, but it feels like they're adding more stuff for players without taking anything away. The double paywall was there before, and it still is, but now there's more in front of one of those paywalls. Am I missing something? Seriously, I don't know if I'm mistaken or not.
So in the GCs, there was never really a paywall before the pass because you never had to get it with specific characters. You didn't have to do it with the battle pass or anything like that. It was usually gain momentum, gain stealth, use Tuscans, and complete the battle. So you'd have 2 weird as shit feats that you were never going to do together unless you got really lucky somehow. A feat that you know full well, it was I'm going to hit my head against a brick wall, and then just complete the fight. So what a lot of guys that were doing with smaller accounts was just hitting the top one and fuck it off. Now, with this new pass, there is no real changes. They're just adding the ability to go, oh, you don't have a lot, but you've got your big GL. Well, just hit it with your big GL and walk off. Because you're going to max out, and congrats. Honestly, I think this is a better thing. but that double paywall does still feel bad. So it is an improvement, giving us the 5th feat. Overall, yeah, it's still leaving a bad taste having to spend on a new character and spend on an episode pass. But what they've said just after where we've got to does kind of make it feel a bit better. So we'll let Aussie Mike read that bit and then we'll talk about that bit.
I think so. Battlefries was talking about with the battle pass before this.
Yeah.
There's still the
Oh,
two paywalls there, right? Yeah.
There's still the 2 paywalls. Bloody hell, that wind's getting violent outside. There's still the 2 paywalls. It's still a massively not so nice thing, but that is now an improvement. And this is the thing. I do think if they're going to keep the 2 paywalls, giving everybody a way to get the maximum score is a good thing.
But
They've done a good thing.
We don't need to complete all of these Galactic Challenge feats to reach the end. And I think people will see that maybe people might not reach the end, and that's why they've come back in and added to complete the battle. Maybe it is tracking that people are going to get to, the mid 40s or something, and with this extra 300, that's 3,000, right? Per GC, which is
twice a week.
Yeah. So you're looking at what 3, 6. So you're getting 1 level a week just purely from that, and it'll carry over a bit.
You're getting an extra 4 levels.
Yeah.
Now the account that I'm running it without, we are actually projecting level 46.
There you go.
So that
you've hit 50.
If that is true, we will just be able to scrape 50 on the next one.
Yeah.
I've already talked to the guy that's helping me deal with that account because it is a very small account, and I am struggling to now play accounts below 5 million. And it's like going through that. In theory, if that account can scrape to 50 on this little change, yeah. Honestly, maybe.
I think they're definitely, we've got 10 days left of this one. I think this is this is definitely gonna just bump those people up just a little bit more. I personally have no problem with the 2 pay to win levels, right? It's a bit of an extra boost for the people who do pay. It is an improvement.
So my main thing to take from this is all the creators that knee-jerk did the videos, great, fine, fair enough. I said I was going to do a video after the 4 weeks and talk about it. I am now not going to do that video because it's been rebuilt. I think this is a much better option, and I'm going to wait till the end of this one to see how it goes. If this episode pass does incredibly well, I'll be happy about it. If it doesn't, does it bother me? Yes, because I want to make sure that free-to-play can actually do this shit. Because if as free-to-play you can't do it, something is wrong. And that's the thing.
If CG came out and just gave us like a shitload of stuff, made it really easy, and had 80% of the population in the situation that you and I are in with the bigger accounts, where we've run out of shit to buy, that then causes problems as well, right? They've got to refresh the store more often or have more stuff to buy. They've sort of addressed it a little bit in this post above. Will that be enough? It's adjustment, so we'll have to see. But they're going to give us the absolute minimum to keep people happy, keep balance in the game, little bit of a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. It's a fine line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any thoughts, Sop?
No, it's just improvements. We can now actually play the game like in Strike Force. You can play the game to level up the pass.
Yeah, okay.
However, before you had to have some niche character that like you may not have. So like this is overall better.
Yeah. And I think what has happened quite substantially here is they chose 3 very bad GCs to start off this new process with. Because there, until these Lightspeed bundles, there wasn't a lot of people with full Jawas. There wasn't a lot of people with full Tuscans. Now, if people complain about it, it's like, well, they kind of brought the packs out as a sorry. That's what I think has happened there. Is they've gone, sorry, we should have done this before. And honestly, if they're going to keep bringing those sort of ones round, you know what I'd like to see happen? I'd like to see the GC land later that day. The Lightspeed bundle is up for purchase. It will be a sensible thing for them to do marketing wise. And yeah, it sucks for players that you might have to spend, but yeah. If they brought that up and then somebody went, oh shit, it's Tuscans, looked in the shop, oh, there's a Tuscan pack. It's trying to encourage sales, which, okay, that is not always a good thing, but it's giving people the option that miss it now to potentially buy it later when it's actually needed for something. Like if you haven't got the money or you say, oh, they're going to go the day before and get paid. We've had a couple of people say that. It's like, that is a shit situation. And I really hope somebody at CG hears this and goes, okay, well, actually, let's do that. Let's, every time the Tuscan one comes around, let's put the pack out for that week. That way, anybody that missed it that actually wants to buy it, they can do it.
Yeah. All right. Final piece of update. So episode 2, which is this, the off month period.
Yep.
CG's not working. Everybody's on holidays. Yada yada yada. Okay. So they've said no marquees are going to be released. GL Ahsoka is coming in that time, but Jesus Christ, if they had some like if you needed GL Ahsoka to beat the GC to, oh my god, I'm just gonna stop. The feat. So as episode will have no marquee units released. The feat to complete in battle with the recent marquee character will be released with an additional in-combat feat for each galactic challenge in the episode. Therefore, galactic challenges in episode 2 will have 4 feats that will reward 300 episode points and one that will reward 450 episode points. So that 451 will be just the pass, having the pass.
Yep.
This will be the expected format for any galactic challenges that has not had a featured marquee character within the previous 2 weeks. Makes sense?
So that little bit of information there I thought was great. There is a little bit more further down that they did add after the fact, which I didn't read yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But what I take away from this, and this is really important, they've already confirmed the Bad Batch era will have 5 marquees. So we have got 1 week where this will happen again, already known about.
Yeah. 1 fortnight.
Honestly, yeah, 1 fortnight where this will just be the case again, where we'll have 4 feats that you can do in combat. Does it piss people off? It shouldn't. This should be the way it's done. That it's like, okay, we're not going to push it. Let's give the community something easier to do. But yeah, honestly, yeah, it's a good thing. The very last bit is the important bit to take away from here, though.
I
So,
think that it makes sense what they're saying. It really just depends on how hard that extra feed is. If it's going to be something stupid like if it was the Tuscans one, yeah, that's not going to be very fun for anybody. But if it's just a generic, nice, easy one that everybody can get that extra, that's going to be a massive step for the free-to-play players. Not having to do something stupid. They're going to get a nice little boost. Yeah. All right. So then they actually had an update. PS, I guess, to the end of the update. What will you replace the new marquee shards with on the episode pass for episode 2? For this episode, because so if you buy the pass, right, you get 20 shards of, generally speaking, it's the marquee that comes out in that fortnight. So this time it was General Syndulla and Huge Wang. If there's no marquees being released, what happens? So, for this episode coming up, the episode pass will have 20 shards each of Night Trooper, Death Trooper Prudia, and Captain Enoch. We have arranged some Zinbiddle cards and impulse detectors to accompany the above, but the total amount of those two items remain the same. Thoughts? Sopper?
I mean, as long as what do they mean by rearrange? Do we mean put it further
No.
ahead or away in the past, or do they mean we still
probably
get them?
put them closer to the start.
Oh,
We hope.
as long as we're getting them, that's fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would
um,
say
This
it'd
is the
be
major
quicker.
thing. This is the major thing. It's likely they've done a little bit of a rearrange of the path. We need to see what the path says. But the biggest part of this whole update has been put out by Battlefires perfectly. We misjudged, we apologise, and the rest of it is how they're sorting it. Honestly, I like it as an update. Personally, does it go far enough? Maybe. Maybe. We need to now see how that era plays out. If that era needs more adjustment, we'll know at the end of it. And that's the important part here, guys, is at least they're still looking at it. They've already asked us to keep we appreciate all your feedback, please keep it coming. So that's obvious that they're still looking at it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I keep saying to everybody, that at the end of the day, if we don't give them feedback and we don't tell them what's wrong, they can't fix it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is a good fix.
Yeah.
Overall, this is a good fix. Not the best fix, but it's better than it fucking was. So we kind of have to accept it.
Yeah. But I think it goes back to the whole balancing act, right? They're trying to make it a little bit challenging without giving too much away. They don't want to give away too much because then, you run into the problem of having not enough stuff in the shops. It's sort of like it's a fine balancing act, and I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. Whether that step is far enough, let's give it a month, see what happens.
And honestly, it may be what Battlefires has said. There may have been a bit of a change in the leadership at CG. There could have been all sorts of changes that have brought this about.
Yeah.
Now, part of what I would always say is let's see what happens, because if it is a change in leadership, that's fine. It's going to be a permanent thing that they're actually going to listen to us. If it's not a change of leadership that's caused this, they're not going to keep listening. And we are going to go back to oh, look, we've got bugs again. Oh, look, we've got this issue. Oh, look, there's an issue. And I don't want that. As a player, I hate how many bugs this game can have. But honestly, let's not jump to it. Let's let them play this out, let them see what happens, and let's just watch.
Yeah.
They're asking for feedback, guys. We appreciate all your feedback. They're actually asking for it. And when this post came out, I think I was one of the first people that commented on it saying thank you. And it was like, honestly, this is good feedback. This is good. It's not shit. It's not what's it. Let's just let them cock themselves up. If they're going to cock up again, they'll cock up again. If they don't, they don't. So yeah, honestly, like I'm just checking mine now. I've got 4 likes on it. Who's liked it? Oh yeah, there we go. And it's like, honestly, they did some good things here, guys. It's rare. It's very rare that I will let a company know they have done good. I don't mind pointing out when they fuck up. I don't mind pointing out when they actually do something really decent. But this goes beyond like the usual decency you would expect. Like I would expect a little bit from a company. This has gone way above what I expected. So yeah, honestly, guys, I think they have listened. I think they are going to be watching more frequently. And I just hope that they do.
Yeah.
I just hope that this stays as it should be. Because that's the most important part.
Any final comments on that, Sopper?
Not really. It's just overall good update. They've actually responded, which
Yeah.
is like amazing. So
Yeah.
and more stuff. They give me out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody can argue with getting more stuff. Yeah. All right. That's all the news, I believe. Anything we missed, Womp?
Not really.
All
Not
right.
really.
Anything you can think of, Stop?
I mean, I don't know. Not really. There's not much.
There's been some weird little things happening. There was the Lightspeed bundles did not always work again. Like you had people that were getting crystals and they didn't know what to do, and everybody's basically being told, just put it on the forums. They'll sort it out. And it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's one of those where, honestly, guys, if it happens to you, the best place for it, instead of chucking it up on Reddit and whinging on there, because they don't have to check Reddit. They may do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying they may check Reddit regular, because you have some amazing creators on there. But just put it on the forums and let them sort it.
Yeah. All right.
That's the thing to take away.
This is perfect timing for someone who's just jumped into chat. First question has come from TK. A while back, I subbed in for Avant on Three Scoundrels podcast, and I was given the title of Timu Avant. I feel that an Avant to Mike comparison is not accurate since Womp joined the Hutts. Mike is more like old man, or is more like Timu old man, only much less of an arsehole. Would it be fair to call Avant the Dollar General Womp Rat? Sopper?
What?
Basically, that they're calling Avant the Dollar General version of me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it's a fair comparison because I'm still an arsehole.
No, but
I can still be a complete twat.
Everybody. Avant is the smart and sensible one on the Scoundrels. And so maybe we need to get you and Avant on to the same stream.
We have been on the same.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and have, yeah, but I mean, and have like you know how they've like some of the podcasts got like whose kid is it anyway? Have like a battle of the wits between the two of yous, and we'll figure out who the ultimate smart, sensible person is. And yeah, I think that'd be good. We'll have like we put up on YouTube and have like a challenge between the two podcasts. And
we'll have to do something for fun.
Yeah.
We'll have to do something. And then it's either I'm the Dollar General version of Avant, or he's the Dollar General version of me. And you can still be the Temu version of Avant, because that's even cheaper.
That's a really good question. When I read it, I thought that's going to be hilarious. And then for Avant to come into the chat at the exact time, like, wow, it's great timing. Yeah, so good question,
honestly,
TK. Great question.
Honestly, I love Avant for his attitude at times, and it's like I try to stick in the middle of the road, but you two both know, and everybody that's in here probably knows, I really struggle to keep my cool when it comes around to stupid shit. When it's stupid shit, I will call CG out all day fucking long. And yeah, it's why I don't get along with them. And it's why I probably don't get the responses.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do I give a shit? No.
Actually, I think both of you, I feel like you've got Avant covered for Datacrons and that side of things. I think you've got him matched for that. Maybe he's got you for the specifics of kits, because I know that he just pulls it out of thin air, and it's like, and then you go and look it up, and you're like, oh, okay, yep, fair enough. So I think it could be a good challenge. Yeah, I think it could be a good challenge.
In that depth,
we'll
I definitely know my kit's better than Bones.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah, even my
I don't think that is even a challenge.
My 3-year-old daughter knows more about kits than Bones at times, I think. So yeah, but yeah. All right. So next question has come from Steve. Which film or show do you want a reboot of?
Oh, we already know yours, Aussie Mike, because you're writing the script. We're still waiting to hear about that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't.
What have you got? Anything, Sopper?
I mean, I think Tron would be a good one.
Oh yeah.
Get Daft Punk back together to make the soundtrack again. Just another cool Tron movie would be great. Because I think that film was underappreciated.
Okay.
The first reboot one. That was like 10 years ago or something.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to say something funny here, and it is kind of serious. What I want is a reboot of the last 3 Star Warses, where accidentally Disney go, oh, sorry, they're no longer canon for Rey and Ben, and then restart from there.
Okay.
And just completely remove them from existence.
Yep. My favorite TV show is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Is it a thing over there for you guys?
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I like
it.
I do like
Obviously, a couple of the main, Captain Holtz passed away, obviously. So, but I have sat down and watched that show front to end dozen times. I just, you're just having a shitty week or whatever and start it and you're like, fuck, now I'm gonna have to watch them all. And you just like 3 weeks later you get through to the last episode, you're like, yep, okay. Yeah, but it's still good. So I wouldn't mind. I don't know whether you'd call it a reboot, but yeah, it's a reboot when they bring it back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. I think that would be my pick.
How do I feel about Barris? Barris as a character or Barris as a character in the game? Because I love Barris in the game. That's the first bit.
Avant and Shaka are really anti-Barris, right?
I'm anti-Barris as a character because she's pretty goddamn shit in like the Star Wars universe. She has so little lore, so little information, and Disney are trying to force all this bullshit. And it's like, no, fuck off. Tales of the Bloody Sith can get fucked. And that's my personal opinion now. But,
I believe they
honestly,
call her a backstabbing bitch. If I might be,
I can
I
see
might
that.
have got the wording wrong, but it's something on that line.
I can definitely see why.
All right. Okay, so next question from Jack Daniels. Do you listen to any non-Star Wars Galaxy Hero podcasts?
Yes.
What are they?
I have, like, through my whole life, I've loved cars. I've absolutely loved cars.
Okay.
And I've got about 8 or 9 different motoring podcasts that I listen to regular. Like,
Right.
ridiculously regular. A couple of them are like, one of them only deals with like, let's do stupid shit with stupid vehicles. Let's see how far we can push like an engine's horsepower. And like they talk about like the whole process, and unfortunately it is a technical podcast, so the language is dull as shit. Like if you had never watched it before, I would never advise it because holy shit, even I've fallen asleep to them before now.
Okay.
And it's like, I'm an engineer background. I love my engineering, and I think it's dull as crap. So I kind of don't want to know what other people think about it because, yeah, I know it's bad.
Okay. Question. On this one of those podcasts, was that where you learned about the Alaska and the car cliff tipping?
Oh, no, that was due to somebody in our guild.
Okay.
So we have somebody in our guild that lives in Alaska.
Yeah.
He joked that it's too bright in on the 4th of July to have fireworks because it's freaking daylight for like close to 20 hours. And I said, well, what do you do then? And he said, well, we throw broken cars off a cliff. And it was like, what?
Mm.
It was that moment of, that is more redneck than redneck.
Yeah.
How have you just broken rednecks? Come on. Is it now a blue neck thing? Do we have a blue neck society in Alaska? Maybe. Don't know.
Okay. Sopper?
No, non-swagger ones.
Really? Okay, so how
Yeah.
many swagger ones do you listen to?
Well, this one.
Good
and
call.
the Scribe Talks.
Yep.
Scribes one, and
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. Because all the others like freeze groundals on like at 3 a.m. and like I like to sleep, so like.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So every Thursday morning, there's 2 Aussie comedians. They have a podcast. They used to be Drive Time Radio, but then they went into podcast.
Yep.
Every Thursday morning, that's what I listen to on the way to work. The episode lasts about 3 minutes too long for my drive to work, but I will generally just sit in the car park and wait for it to finish. It's just they just do stupid shit. Like they've literally just finished. They did a conference on conferences, and they called it ConCon. It was a conference for conferences. It was about tax deductible holidays. And how they got around it is having a conference that everybody would go to. And it was actually on the Gold Coast, which is done like 40 minutes down the road sort of thing. They just do stupid shit like that. They're trying to get a coin minted for the show. So like there's bluey coins, all that sort of stuff, collector coins. And they want to get a coin made for the show. So they've basically they've found out who the hairdresser for the treasurer is, and they're trying to get him to talk to the treasurer and sort of mention about this coin of theirs. They're just stupid, and they're pretty famous, I guess. So, but yeah, that's my one non-Star Wars podcast. Yeah. All right. Next question is from Bane. If you could be the voice actor for any single show character, who would you want to be the voice actor for? So what character would you like to be the voice of?
God, that is hard.
My mind went straight to
Damn.
Darth Vader.
We're not having an Aussie Darth Vader. Come on. That's just a bad choice.
But could you imagine like how funny it would be?
Yeah, I'd probably wet myself laughing, but that's not the point.
Hey,
Can
Luke,
we just have like an Aussie Gonk droid instead?
Luke, I'm your father, you cunt. Oh, shit.
Exactly. Oh, God. I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face. I don't know how Bones has just slept through that either. Fuck me. He's out for the world, guys. Look at him. Just look at him. If you're watching, listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast or wherever else, Bones is that asleep. He hasn't moved for the whole 2 hours, 57 minutes. He's out.
Oh,
So,
God, yeah. So that was where my mind went to.
You know who I would do? I'd want to do Grand Inquisitor for a similar reason. Because imagine Grand Inquisitor, that calm exterior and everything else, and then goes, "You're a fucking twat." It'll be that moment of, that voice does not match that exterior.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's that moment of, and you're going to break.
What have you got, Sopper?
I don't know.
You know who I would want Sopper to voice?
Oh, actually,
Either Admiral Raddus or Admiral Akbar.
why?
Is that posh southern voice, Sop? Is that posh southern voice? You'd make a perfect admiral.
I just thought of something that would be better for an Aussie accent would be Yoda. And it's just like a slurring Aussie, can't get the fucking words right. Yeah. That would be better, actually.
Drunk you are.
Yeah.
You drunk you are. Yeah, I freaking know you are.
Yeah. Drunk, not me, officer. I'm still getting like the Yoda voice though, but yeah. I think that would be just as good, if not better.
Yeah, but a slightly Aussie Yoda would be hilariously funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, when Reaver stabs the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah.
God, we've got some good ones.
Well, actually, Bane,
Who would we want?
who would you want? Who would you be? Because it's your question.
The more important one, though, who would Bones be?
Oh, who's the most negative character in Star Wars?
Jar Jar?
Maybe.
No, you know who I'd use. You know who I would use for Star Wars for Bones, just because he hates the character so much. Afra.
Oh, I was thinking Omega.
Afra or Omega.
Omega. No, fuck yeah, I'm trying to put my Kiwi accent on. Omega. Omega? I don't know. Anyway. I was trying to get a Kiwi accent on.
Yeah. Mace Windu could be a good one as well for Bones. He's very negative.
Yep.
But yeah. Or more importantly, could you imagine an Aussie C-3PO? Super
Doesn't
polite, not anymore.
Yeah, doesn't he like? No, R2D2 is the one who fucking goes nuts on him, right? He's like, "Don't be rude." Yeah, so R2 probably is just an Aussie.
Yeah, R2 is probably an Aussie in disguise.
He just walks up and sticks his stuff into
Like,
random holes.
you lift off the top and out pops this Aussie head wearing the dangly hat with the corks around it.
Yeah.
Snake in one hand, beer in the other.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yep, sorry, I caught a snake. Throws it out, puts the lid back down, and away he goes again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. These are giving me ideas for our skit ads, by the way.
Okay.
So, for those that don't know, I'm going to be making a channel in my Discord for skit ads. And basically, I want funny ideas. They can involve CG, they can involve anything Star Wars, and we're going to take the piss. And it's going to be news, basically. Like, my original one that I was actually planning on doing was, there's breaking news, CG has apologized. Wait, not really. Bye. And that was one of them. Now I can't fucking use that.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing is going to be, if you've got funny ideas for in the ad breaks, let me know. We've already got a few funny ones planned, especially involving bones.
Mm.
And other creators, you're welcome to jump in. If you've got stupid ideas that you think would make a funny ad, let me know. We'll do it. Mario looks like, oh god, should I make him into Carbonite Han?
That sounds like a
And
plan.
make it an emote?
Yeah.
Should I make him into Carbonite Han and make him an emote?
Yeah. Man, he's gonna.
Right.
I hope he actually watches this back while he's doing all the edits and stuff when he wakes up, because it's
Yeah, it's good. It's.
But anyway, so that's we've hit just over 3 hours. Probably a little bit less because it took me 7 goes to try and say the intro. But that was me because I'm muted.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what we're going to be doing, guys, is these podcasts will go up onto Spotify and Apple Music. The actual whole VoD for this is also going to get uploaded onto my YouTube. So you will be never losing VoDs again. I've literally got a little bit of editing to do, which I'm just going to cut the intro sound off. I'm going to leave in the cock-ups from Aussie Mike, just so you guys get to laugh. I'm going to leave in as much as I can. There will barely be any edits. But yeah, honestly, guys, we will need somewhere to raid.
Yep, I've thrown hub.
Left in.
I just don't. Do I press enter and it happens, or is there like, do we get a warning, or?
You get a warning. You get like a minute. So just let.
We'll say goodbyes.
Goodbyes first.
Yeah. All right.
Your goodbyes.
Oh, bye.
Where can they find
Brilliant.
Other than on
find me
every
on.
single stream.
You can find me on YouTube when I upload. I upload.
And more importantly, on every single stream that there ever is. And he is a cool guest. So there you go.
See, when it comes to podcasts, Bones runs them. Sopper's just a guest. Well, not a guest, but he's in the chat. It's like, it's a balancing act.
It is in every single chat under the sun.
Yeah.
For me, guys, I won't be streaming later today. I am streaming tomorrow. Not 100% sure what the fuck I'm doing. It will be something Swugger related or WoW related or potentially new game related. Don't really know. Sundays is whatever the hell happens day. So yeah, one of those. Other than that, guys, there's going to be YouTube videos flying out this week because I've got to try and get them out before Conquest ends, so you guys know what crates you need to get if you're trying to get her in 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. So those are going to be coming out. Other than that, I am closing on 500 subs, guys, on YouTube. Please. Please. It helps. Everything helps. So, yeah. Other than that, Aussie Mike, you want to say your goodbyes? And when you think you're about 30 seconds away, if you press the button, you are on countdown.
Well, I'll press it now. All right. So, thank you very much it's only 7 seconds. Thank you very much for Sopper for coming along, and thank you for everybody listening. See you next week.
Yeah, you still got time because it now puts us.
Ah,
into
okay. No, I pressed the button. Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. But there you go. All done. And now you just need to click end stream. And then